Hey everyone, you're listening to the official podcast of 4PlayerNetwork.com. Check us out at that address for everything you need to know about our community, monthly giveaways, and nightly live streams. You can even support us on Patreon at patreon.com/4Player. And last but not least, you can catch the live recordings of these podcasts every single Thursday night on our Twitch channel. We hope to see you there. Enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 590. It is February 14th. It's Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Everyone out there listening at home, everyone here on the couch. Butters is wearing a Valentine's Day bandana around his neck. It's adorable, except he's tired and sleepy over there.
Yep.
Anyways, happy fucking Valentine's Day. I hope everybody out there is enjoying their day. My name is Nick Henderson. I'm joined by Christopher Davis.
Hello.
Nolan Hedstrom.
How's it going, everybody?
And Christopher Guthridge.
Hello.
Brad Simons is out this week. I'm assuming...
He's out on location.
Yes, he's on assignment.
On
Valentine's Day assignment.
With his wife.
Yes, I'm assuming. But he'll be back next week. Don't worry, we have plenty of stuff to talk about tonight to keep you interested. A couple things I want to mention before we get started. One, if you have not yet... All of our top 10 videos are out there in the wild. We'd love to hear from you guys. Check them out. Chris Davis, who is here. Chris Davis, hello.
Hello.
Spent a lot of time and effort putting these videos together. He does a wonderful job every year, even though he sacrifices hours and hours of his own personal time playing The Division and Metal Gear Survive to do so.
First off, fuck you. Second,
What do you expect him to do?
yesterday was the first time I played a video game in about 2 weeks.
Was it
And
The
what did
Division?
you play?
I played Resident Evil 2.
I thought he was about to be like, oh, I'll play The Division.
A game you already played. Resident Evil 2. That was a joke.
But you know what?
mean, yeah.
I don't blame him. That game's
It's a good
fucking
game.
dope. By the way, I see you, Sam NT Nodes in chat. Thank you very much for subscribing 5 months in a row. We appreciate it. So check out our videos. We'd appreciate it. Some of them are longer than others, but we do spend a lot of time thinking about these and editing them and putting them together. It's always fun to put together a list. I hope you guys enjoy them. And if you want some ideas about what to play, games maybe that you missed last year, there's plenty of ideas that you could pull from in those lists. Also, one of the new features that another thing I wanted to mention is that we launched a pretty significant update to our website this past week. If you're watching us live, you may have noticed that you can watch us stream directly from the front page whenever we're live now. With theater mode, you can chat, all that good stuff on the front page at 4playernetwork.com. Check it out. But part of that update included adding a new years in review page, which I'm particularly happy about, because I created a point system that takes all of our personal top 10 lists and uses it to calculate what our overall 10 favorite games of each year were. And right now you can see 2015 through 2017. And I'm going to be posting 2018 now that Chris Davis's list is out.
Yep.
I'm going to put I know what the top 10 list is. I'm going to post that here probably this weekend, so check it out.
You gonna get the previous years done, though?
I've done, like I said, 2015 through 2017, and I had the list for everything beyond that. It just takes a little bit of time to put the actual page together. So yeah, I'm planning on going back as far as I think 2013 because
We started doing these in 2012.
Yeah. So and I know I have Then I'm gonna have through 2012. I'm gonna do all of them. It's pretty exciting. But there's 3 up there now. I'm gonna get 2018 up this weekend. So check that out. Again, that's 4playernetwork.com. What else? What did I mention? We have a new supporter spotlight for the month. That's Illumination83, who's in chat tonight. We're gonna be reading some responses from her. We sent her our questionnaire. We're gonna get to know her a little bit more over the course of the month. We'll find out, what her favorite games are, what her favorite gaming memories are. She'll have a chance to do her 4-player minute at the end of the month. So we'll be introducing her in the second segment. And, of course, we have video games and news to talk about tonight. We got a bunch of stuff from Nintendo Direct from yesterday. There's a lot to talk about. But first, let's start the show off with reading feedback from our last episode, of which there's some good stuff. Our first comment this week comes from Grab a Beer. He says, or she says, oh yeah, and by the way, we're all drinking beer. It is Nolan's birthday was yesterday. And Ed's birthday was last week. So we are eating cupcakes and drinking beer in their honor. So happy belated birthday, Nolan and Ed.
Thank you.
In their memory. That sounds dark and twisted. Grab a Beer says, as someone who takes Chicago... what is CTA?
Chicago Transit Authority?
Okay.
Central Transit Authority.
That makes sense. Okay. As someone who takes Chicago CTA every day, I would love to play my Switch on the go to and from work, but it never fails to draw uncomfortable attention from everyone around you.
Really?
People just stare nonstop, and that makes the joy of playing games a bit unpleasant. Also, Olette's bulge in Kingdom Hearts 3 is a real thing. You're not the only one who noticed this odd inclusion.
What?
Got you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got you. Grab a beer.
Were you here last week? I can't remember.
He wasn't.
Okay. In Kingdom Hearts
Olette
3,
has a giant bulge.
who I just met Olette for the first time in
Who
Kingdom
is
Hearts 2.
Olette?
She is one of Roxas's friends from Traverse Town.
Okay.
Twilight
Town. Sorry.
From Kingdom Hearts 2.
She's an adolescent girl.
And she has
She's not real.
a particularly strange bulge in this one. But that's whatever. But it's just something we
It
noticed.
looks like she has a football in her pants.
Okay.
Which wasn't in there in the last game, which is, strange.
You know,
but
hey, don't judge.
Not judging, just something we noticed. But yeah, he meant. I always feel uncomfortable playing. I take my Switch to work.
I don't think you should feel. I mean, why are you looking at other people look at you? Just fucking play your game. Man.
I have the similar problem. Like when I go to I take my Switch to work sometimes with the intention of playing it on my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I pull it out, I just feel like all of a sudden like people around me at work are like, "What is that?" And they're like looking at me and like wanting to. And it's just like, oh, just don't talk to me right now. I'm playing Hollow Knight.
Bring
man.
a jacket, wrap it over your head, and have the Switch under your jacket, and just be playing it. In
And
your
then I
little...
just look like a weirdo under a jacket. Anyways, can you scroll down a little bit? Our next comment comes from Fuzzy Turd. He says, okay, this is regarding the question about animal sizes being dirty. Animal sizes being dirty commies. What? We talked about, there was a question about animal sizes.
Well, yeah, if animals were all the same size and they fought.
Yeah.
I don't remember the communist thing coming up. It might have come up, though.
Insects would
Continue.
be horribly inefficient. Their design works so well due to their small size. If they were the size of humans, the square cube law states that the volume of an object increases at a greater rate than its surface area. This means that ants and the like would not be able to sufficiently support their own weight and would lose all of their advantages. They wouldn't even be able to cling to surfaces. I believe the deadliest land animal would definitely be a hippo. They are pretty quick, have insane durability, and massive jaws. Plus, they smell like shit. Beat that. You're right. Also, hippos, even before this rule was put in place, I think is still considered the most dangerous animal on the
They're
planet.
pretty,
Just in terms of like the amount of like bodily
Besides
harm they
man.
cause. Besides man.
Ah.
Besides man.
the deadliest animal.
So yeah, thank you for your scientific nerd feedback. All right, Chai Tai says, Krispy, screw you. You got a Cyclops, colored it a blue in Subnautica, and colored it blue and yellow, and didn't keep calling it Cyclops.
Oh no! Yeah, but I inverted the color, so it's more yellow. It's like blue trim
Oh my
on
God.
yellow instead of yellow trim on blue. So in my defense,
Whoa,
it didn't
whoa.
cross my mind.
Crispy's over here talking about yellow trim. Moved on from that.
What?
It was a semi-racist discussion earlier this evening.
Semi.
Semi?
Only semi.
Sounds like full.
Oh my God.
Next question.
All right, scroll down.
Good point, Chai Tai.
Rice, or Reese, I don't know how Reese says, hi, this is a question for Nick. Oh, okay. The other day I was in the feed while you were casting, and you mentioned that you thought you were quite boring while streaming, when in fact it's quite the opposite. You and the others have provided me, and I'm sure many other people, with great entertainment over the years, so please be happy. We love you. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
I think it's always just a self-conscious thing when you think that, like, why would someone watch me?
I mean,
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is we're not like most like super popular streamers out there. We don't have like huge audiences, and it's probably because we don't conform to like what is typically like what people are aiming for, I guess, on Twitch, and what makes people hugely popular. So I'm like, I don't really have any interest in that. So I just feel like I'm just playing games, and you guys are hanging out with me while I do it. And I always feel like maybe that's kind of boring, but I love it that people show up every night and do it. That's great.
You know what? Every week, Cliff and Norm showed up at Cheers to watch Sam clean a glass.
That is true.
So
We've circled back. We had this
so I
conversation
mean,
before
you
the
know
show.
what? Don't you want to be where everybody knows your name?
And they're always glad you came.
All right. Clearly, I am out of the loop because I have never seen
Oh my God, Nick, just watch Cheers.
Damn.
I'm so sorry.
It's where Frasier came from.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's accurate.
Like 4 shows were born out of Cheers.
I probably haven't seen any of them.
It's on Netflix.
Did you know that Family Matters is a spinoff
Of what?
of a show that I can't even remember the name of because I'd never heard of it before? and you probably never heard of it either.
Oh, definitely never heard of it either. If
It's
you
a-
haven't,
So it's a spin-off of a movie called Die Hard?
No, it's not, because this happened before Die Hard. Let me put it to you this way. Do you know who the spin-off character in Family Matters is?
No.
The character who was in a different show and they spun them off into their own show? Take a guess.
you get that. Somebody
Urkel.
else guess. I don't even remember their
Steve
names.
Urkel didn't show up until halfway through the first season.
Really?
I don't even remember their
What was
names
the older
outside
brother's
of Steve
name?
Urkel.
Eddie.
Nope.
Nope.
Eddie. The youngest sister.
Nope.
The mother.
Yes. It was
Oh.
Harriet Winslow. She was in a different show. She was in season 3 through 4 of that show, and her character was an elevator operator, if that, like, dates it at all for you.
Yeah.
An elevator
She
operator?
was an elevator operator.
That is weird.
I don't remember what the fuck it was
So they
called.
spun off a show based on that character, but then they pretty much wrote her off like being the main focus of the stories in Family Matters, and just made it about Carl and
Urkel.
Steve and
Uh,
Laura.
okay, so like the first season is like pretty
And the
much
writer
about,
of the show was like, "Did I do that?"
yeah, the first season of the show is basically about the Winslows, so Harriet's like involved a lot. But by season like 3, Urkel was the main character.
How many of our community members do you think know anything about Family Matters? In all honesty,
I mean, to be fair,
Perfect
I don't really
Strangers.
know anything about Family
Is that
Matters.
what it was?
Do we want to know people that don't know about Family Matters though?
I don't know. Do you want me on this
Yeah.
couch? I'll leave. I'll leave, bitch. I like how Skittles says, "Jesus, Crispy, you need to be my trivia partner." I agree. He's a good asset to have on a trivia team.
Not a every seam days gone by. The people we call family.
Y'all made a fucking intro sequence based on the fucking Family Matters theme,
Yeah.
and you don't know anything about that show.
I just sat back and nodded, and I was like, "All right."
I'm
cool."
sorry.
Anyways,
What were we talking
Pioft
about?
says, "I've been enjoying Wargroove a lot. One of the things that worried me before I played that was that it would lack charm, but they really did a good job of capturing the spirit. I like that you can win battles by either capturing the enemy base or taking out the commander. While it does a good job of putting its own spin on Advance Wars, I do miss the passive effects that COs and Advance Wars would have in addition to their powers. One thing that I've also noticed is the campaign so far is that in the campaign so far is that the scenarios will spawn in additional enemy units, which is something I'm not a fan of. Other than that, it's been everything I've wanted in a spiritual successor, and the multiplayer has had a lot of thought put into it."
Yeah, it does feel like you're reacting to new developments a lot more.
Well, I don't have any footage of it, but I did want to talk about it a little bit more. I played a little more Wargroove, so we'll talk about it briefly.
Cool.
Did it actually outsell like Smash in January?
Wargroove?
Something like that?
What?
Oh
Like
man,
it
I-
outsold some kind
Well, I
of
mean,
major
Smash
Nintendo
isn't
release.
like exactly new, so I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
also there's a difference in price.
I mean, yeah, but the fact is, a fucking indie game on the Switch outsold like a AAA Nintendo title.
That would
but not
be
like day one. That's what I'm saying. Like, just Smash has been out for a little bit. Almost everyone who's bought Smash
yeah.
is going to has bought it.
Also,
I'm talking about like for my point of reference, I believe it was like the month of January.
Okay, sure.
that came out in December, didn't it? Smash. I
Yeah.
mean, okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what the NPDs say. Anyways, thank you guys so much for your feedback. And your questions from last week. If there's anything you want to say to us after tonight's discussions, please, of course, head on over to 4playernetwork.com, find the post for this episode, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. We will read those responses before we get into discussions next week. And now it is time for video game talk.
Oh.
We don't have a lot to talk about tonight. I feel like we've all been kind of playing stuff.
I don't think we have a lot of huge games, but I think we have a few little games. Like, I'm going to talk about 2 little games I don't even have like footage for. So
Let's talk about the big ones first.
All right.
Why don't we start with something that we haven't talked about yet, and then we have some footage for, I know, Crispy.
You want to start?
I
there?
want to start with it. Fuck it.
I don't
Let's
have,
do it.
Okay.
Were you not prepared for this?
No, I'm prepared. Let's do it.
Let's talk.
Let's do it, because I haven't played a lot. I just moved like the last couple days. So I haven't had a lot of time to play. I've been like packing, unpacking, moving,
Yeah,
stressing.
as one does.
But I finally last night like got to a point where I could just look and chill out and play video games, and I played like 9 hours of Apex Predators or Apex Legends.
Are you-
And then I played some Daemon X Machina, the prototype mission, I believe it's called, which is the 4-mission demo that they put up on the Nintendo
eShop?
Switch.
eShop.
Yeah, the eShop yesterday after the Nintendo Direct. So
And this is that weird mech game that we saw a trailer
Daemon X
for at
Machina
E3 last year.
is the like fast paced mech game that
Yep.
we saw announced. I think at
It was at E3.
E3.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, cool. So this is it.
Yeah.
This
Roll
is the
that
game.
sexy
There
footage.
It is. It's a mech. He's holding 2 guns and he's got missiles on his shoulder.
What
That
is this,
sounds like a mech.
Gundam?
And that's pretty fucking cool.
This is more gun. Damn.
Mechs is cool, I guess.
You like mechs, Krispy?
You know what?
I like mechs.
I really like mechs.
You know what's a good mech game that you got to play?
Battletech.
Battletech.
I beat you to it.
No, I have a personal grudge against the man who invented BattleTech.
Fair enough.
We had a run-in at PAX, and I was like, "Fuck that guy."
Oh, I remember this.
I forgot you. You did tell that story. That is
Okay.
funny.
No. It was nothing. But fuck that guy. Anyway, so Daemon X Machina, like, so I haven't. Full disclosure, I have not completed the demo. I've played like 3 of the 4 missions.
This isn't a Platinum Games game, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
I'm getting
This
all the
is,
Platinum games confused at this point.
not
They are
this
making a mech game, aren't they? Isn't one of their games a mech game? I don't know.
Is it?
I'm losing track, guys.
I don't know. I mean, that
know-
Astral Chain game.
National Chains.
They look like
mechs.
they have kind of like Iron Man
Yeah.
suits or something,
Well,
but
we'll
it's
get
not.
We'll get to
Are you
that.
sure
It's not
that's
really a
not
mech.
Anthem? Okay, anyways, continue.
Well-
Sorry. Didn't mean to disrupt.
Okay, so like right after this demo came out, I was I was in Discord a lot yesterday and like looking around, and I saw people talk, like Brad was talking about this, and I think other people were talking about that they had heard online or were experiencing themselves that the controls were kind of butt.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I've played this game handheld and like controller mode now.
Yeah.
When I was playing it handheld, I did not like it. When I was playing it controller, it felt better. Like I felt like I could do more because they're like it's a 3D action game, you know,
Yeah.
like and it's all about maneuverability. So like you're moving around, you're boosting, you're flying, you have an unlimited flight, so you can like boost up, boost down,
Yeah.
left, right, whatever. You're moving in 6 axes, you know, axi. Excuse me.
Is that really the plural for that?
I think it's 6 axes.
Axi.
Somebody look that up.
Bully in the axi. So I feel like like trying to be fiddly with those like little Joy-Cons is tough, you know?
Yeah.
And there's some weird like control things, like for example, the boost is like on one of the face buttons, so you get this weird thing where like you can either turn your mech or you can boost your mech, but you can't do both at the same time unless you want to do like a weird claw thing.
Yeah.
Which
A claw.
yeah, the claw. Which in the demo isn't really a problem, but I imagine if this game like scales up and gets to the point where like they're just throwing waves and waves of enemies at you, and you're having to be like super agile and mobile to avoid getting hit, that might be something that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
The other thing I will mention too is that it does feel a little floaty, and I think what's going on there.
Like imprecise? Or
Yeah,
But you're like
kinda
flying. Shouldn't it be floaty? I'm confused.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not trying. I'm just.
No.
serious.
I don't mean like. I don't mean floaty as in like effervescent. I mean floaty as in like inputs take a little bit
Gotcha.
to respond. You know, like everything feels like you're moving forward, and then it's kind of like lurching, and then it like for you to push forward on the stick and make your mech like walk forward at normal speed, like it takes him like a second or two to get up to like full speed. And I think what's going on, if I had to guess, I don't know, but if I had to guess, I think what's happening is that they were doing this intentionally to try to add some sense of weight to
like
the mech.
like
You
have
know,
you like build
because
momentum?
it's a giant mech. Like they don't want it to just be a character action game. They want it to feel like you're piloting this giant, 30-foot machine. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
the problem is that like none of the like momentum and like impact of that comes through. All you get is the like delayed responsiveness.
So
You know what I'm saying?
So like they started to take the steps
So
towards
yeah,
that goal and
it's
then
like
stopped early.
right. It's like the controls are telling me, okay, this thing's big because it's like it takes it a minute to like move or do anything, but then like once it's up in the air, all of that goes away, and it's kind of just like floating around and zipping and doing things like that. But like when you hit the ground, it doesn't feel like anything. When you're stepping on the ground, it doesn't feel like anything. When you're like hitting hitting an object or an enemy, it doesn't feel like anything. When you're shooting an enemy, it kind of like just doesn't feel like anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very bullet spongy.
Yeah.
Well, no, not bullet spongy. That's not the word I want to use. It's very it's just
It doesn't feel like your weapons have an impact.
yeah, kind of. Yeah. It just kind of feels like you're just waiting for the cube and hitting
I feel
a
like
button.
in a game like this, like ensuring that like satisfying player feedback when you like attack things is like absolutely key to making it successful.
Yeah, and the thing is that like I don't think it's as bad as like I was being led to believe. Like when I was reading people talk about that, I was like, oh no, it's gonna feel terrible. Like, ugh. And I played it, and it's like after a mission or two, and I started getting a feel for it, I actually really liked it and had fun. By the time I was recording this mission right before the podcast, and I actually really liked it. It was a lot more like I felt more in control, and I felt like I was kind of like doing stuff. But the missions so far have still been like really basic, so it's kind of hard to say like, you know, is this just like the shallow end of a very deep swimming pool, or is this representative of what like 90% of my time with this game is going to be like? Because a big part of this game is customizing, unlocking new components for your mech, upgrading it, changing it. Like how much does getting a different set of legs affect this thing? You know, how much does having a different torso or a different head, or like how much does that change how the game feels? You know what I'm saying?
Do you know if the demo?
It's kind of like when we played Mad Max at E3. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we were like, this feels weird, and they're like, it's still really early in the game. And when we actually played the game, when it came out later on in the game, once you had like upgraded the car and everything, it kind of made more sense. You know, it was like, oh, okay, this feels like that. So
does the demo? I don't know what all the demo consists of, but does it? Do you know if the demo gives you any taste of like what it's like to upgrade?
So
the mech itself?
you do unlock some parts. Like that gun I'm holding in my right hand is one I unlocked after the first mission. So I changed around the loadout they gave me a new gun and like that like one other part or something like that. So like I don't again, I haven't finished the demo, so I don't know if they just like after this mission like unlock a bunch of other stuff and are like try again, you know?
Yeah.
And let you try to make a more like specialized or focused design on a mech.
Is there any melee combat?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
Not that I've seen. It's all been pretty ranged. And that's kind of like another thing too. Someone in chat here, Deputy Dangle, mentioned that the visual feedback is really kind of like, you know, not great.
Lacking.
Yeah.
I also kind of feel that way because there's a lot of times where I'm in these like big open areas and I'm fighting like these little like drones and tanks, and I'm just kind of like flying around because I don't know what to do, and like the information's all kind of there, but it's not like the easiest to parse out, and the game isn't doing a lot to like direct you around, but not like, you know, it sounds weird saying that because it sounds like I'm asking the game to hold my hand, and that's not the case. Like I feel like kind of focusing players' attention is really important when you're in these like big, open, chaotic situations, not like when you're trying to solve puzzles in a dungeon or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Quick aside, like what is like the gold standard of like mech simulate like the way
I don't know. I mean, it really depends. Like
Zone of the Enders is
that's like the only mech game I think I've ever played any significant amount.
Easily one of the best.
Well, but like mech game means like so many different things too. Like Eastern style mech games are completely different from Western style mech games because they both have a completely different philosophy of like what's cool and what they should be. I kind of like the Eastern style a little more because things tend to be a lot quicker. There's like flying, and there's like a lot more stylish. And then in the Western style, they're basically giant tanks on legs.
The Western style, I think it almost seems like they try to add more physics. So like if you had a giant machine like that, it wouldn't be quick like this. It would be slower. So the Western ones are generally more slower, where the Eastern ones tend to be more anime-esque, where there are these very fast-moving mechs that are doing, to an extent, impossible things, but it is kind of more fun to play.
A Western mech game tends to be more simulator-like.
Yes,
in how they approach it. Most of the games are cockpit-based.
Yeah.
In a Japanese-style mech game like this, it's really fast action. You're flying around a lot.
I don't think I've played any like Western mech game. Pretty much all. I don't have a lot of experience in the genre, but I feel like everything I've played has been Eastern style.
I mean,
another problem with the mech genre in the West is that there's not a whole lot of like variety as to what to expect.
Yeah,
it's usually just like if you want a gold standard mech game, it's pretty much Mech Warrior.
Yeah,
that's about it.
There, like, I think the answer to your question is that like there hasn't been one mech game that's been so ubiquitous that like all the others have fallen in line with that philosophy.
Yeah.
And you get a bunch of different stuff. You know, I've played a lot of Gundam games, and even like Gundam games can be completely different from one another. Yeah. This feels a lot like a lot of the Gundam games I've played that are much more focused on speed and maneuverability than they are things like accuracy or like power necessarily, right? Because like all of your shots are locked on, you're basically just trying to move out of the way of enemy fire. But they give you a lot of faculties to move. Like for instance, your flight, like I said, is unlimited. You can just stay up in the air forever if you want. Your boost is limited by a stamina meter, but that recharges really quickly.
Yeah. And one thing that I thought was odd, you were talking about this earlier before the show, but like when you're locking on to enemies and you're firing, your reticle isn't necessarily automatically centered on what you're locking
there's
on to.
definitely aim assist.
No, it's not even that. I was commenting on that earlier while Krispy was capturing footage, and it's not aim assist. It's more that like you will lock onto something, and even if you're not looking at it, you'll still be shooting at it. It's whatever your reticle is. Your reticle. Whatever those boxes are locked onto, that's where your bullets are going. Yeah, and that is kind of weird at first. At least I don't know how it feels playing it, but from watching the footage, it does feel weird to not be focusing on what you're shooting at.
It doesn't feel that weird. It really, but yeah, it does feel like an aim assist. It's like you just got to keep your cursor in this general area to maintain that lock, and you got to be mindful about what kind of distance you're keeping from the target, because you'll see I keep like boosting out of target range here and shit like that. But
I mean, if you think back to like classic GoldenEye or Perfect Dark, like because the controls were so jank back in the day, you didn't really have an analog stick, like the gun would move within a certain radius of the center of the screen and focus on that enemy.
Yeah,
so
and then just
it's
like
the same
move
way
back,
here. It's just more transparent.
Gotcha.
So, like, I don't
I
really
see
want to
damage numbers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does have damage numbers. There's a lot of neat stuff going on. I think visually it's really cool looking. Like, I think the style and like the production design of it is great. The action is fun. But it feels kind of like it just feels kind of mindless at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's really going to change. I think it's I just don't know, like I want to see some assurances that like the customization system and like unlocking new components for your mech is going to have some sort of depth to explore. Yeah. You know, like it's not just going to be like,
it's not just going to be visual.
I'm destroying waves of enemies with a machine gun versus I'm destroying waves of enemies with a missile launcher kind of thing. You know, like
you want it to be a physical change.
I hope there's some kind of strategy to it. I hope there's some kind of depth going on. I hope that like what we're seeing here, which is the beginning of the game, this is literally like the second actual mission of the game.
Is there like a big story component here, or is it just kind of like mission
there's
based?
A lot of story, and I skipped a lot of it just because of time reasons, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's very reminiscent of Armored Core. It seems like this whole idea of like, this world's economy is kind of like propped up by this system of mech pilot mercenaries that like all these companies hire to do shit for them, you know.
Basically, giant robots, you know, are going insane and targeting humanity.
Yeah, there's a lot of like AI shit that is like fucking
kind of like
up
Pot Labor in a way.
Like what?
Pot Labor?
Yeah, it's a anime.
Is that English?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
It stands for like patrol labor or something like. Yeah, it's
never heard
the
of
mechs are laborers, and it's about a police squad that has these mechs.
It's kind of cool. It's a mech cop show.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Cool.
The mech design of that show is really cool.
Yeah, it was.
I really like it. So I don't want to offer anything close to a final judgment on this game. I will say I suspect it's probably going to be kind of niche in its appeal.
Probably. Especially with a name like that. The name itself doesn't necessarily, like, I don't think it's going to be calling much attention to it to, like mainstream wise, you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like it's going to probably appeal to people who already have a pretty good idea of, like, this kind of, this genre. Or they already like this genre.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still keeping my eye on it. I want to try the full thing when it comes out.
Which is when? When is this thing?
This summer, I think
it's July or June or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
yeah,
the demo's out now.
You should try the demo and see what it's like.
Sure, it's always worth it.
Yeah,
cool. Thank you, Krispy. All right. What else we have? We have Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
You finished Kingdom Hearts 3?
I did.
As an aside, like I said, I finished Kingdom Hearts 1 and I've started 2, so I might interject a little bit with some talk on that, but I guess let's focus on 3.
I mean, let's talk about both, but yeah.
You finished it.
So I did. A little over 30 hours, I think like 30 and a half hours.
I feel like 30 hours is kind of like that's like
that
these
seems
games
to be on
are
the lower end of.
Well, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 1 I finished.
Kingdom Hearts, none of the games are super long. Don't get me wrong. The stories are not long. Yeah. There is plenty to do in the world that is not, like, I don't want to say side quests. It's more just like...
I feel like I accomplished most everything I wanted to accomplish in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
By the time I finished it, and I think I finished it like 32 hours or something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's... Okay. There's some audio coming out. That's all right. I'll just talk really loud. Unless Chris Davis wants to mute it real quick. But yeah, so... once again, Brad and I briefly spoke about it last week.
Yeah.
The, convolutedness of Nomura.
Which, by the way, having finished Kingdom Hearts 1, you get kind of a taste of how convoluted it gets.
Yeah.
But goddamn, as soon as Kingdom Hearts 2 starts,
it boots up.
It is like... Woo!
Yeah.
So somebody recommended, or I guess Brad linked a video to me to recommend, like, he said you should at least kind of catch up with what happened in
Chain of Memories?
Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
So I watched a 25-minute recap of Chain of Memories, and I'm glad I did because goddamn, I would have had no idea what was happening as soon as Kingdom Hearts 2 booted up.
Going from 2 to 3. If you don't watch those videos, holy shit.
So which ones are important from 2 to 3? Is it like Birth by Sleep? I should focus on that.
Birth by Sleep, the Dream Drop Distance.
Was it Dream Drop Distance that it only released as like a movie that you watched for like an hour?
I don't remember. There's a shit ton of them. There's a bunch of them. Nick, I'll link you a video after you finish 2.
Yeah.
But 3 definitely doesn't shy away. Yeah, 358 over 2 days. Whatever. Birth by Sleep. Yeah, you gotta watch.
Great name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect.
Iconic.
The series, like, it's funny when you pop in that the Final Mix PS4 edition and it has like all 5 games like on the same menu, and you look at look at all the names, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Union X. That's true. You gotta watch Union X. Recoded. No,
Send me all
Recoded is important.
Send me all the recommendations, but only for
Nick,
what's vital.
On the main menu of Kingdom Hearts 3, it literally has like a recap thing, and it's 5 different videos that tries to like recap everything.
Well, that's cool. Are they good?
I watched the first 3 of them. I didn't watch the final 2.
I'm assuming that's going to be quite a bit different than watching, say, a YouTuber who like makes jokes the entire time.
Honestly, a YouTuber's probably going to be more accurate to actually what's going on, because this is like, oh, Sora and Mickey did this, but then the YouTuber's like, Sora and Mickey like.
Well, it's funny because like you watch someone who's not like obviously personally associated with like Square Enix or Disney try to explain this stuff, and they're making jokes and like dropping curse words every once in a while, like, and it's kind of funny for like the humor, the lols, right? Yeah. But at the end of it, you're kind of like, okay, that was funny, but like, it makes like. I feel more informed. Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like you took some creative liberties with explaining this, but like, you've painted a clearer picture than I think Square or Disney probably could have. Because this fucking series gets crazy.
You need
fast.
charts and graphs for this bullshit.
That doesn't do it justice. But anyway,
oh my god, that's an understatement.
Anyway, one of the really good videos that's out there is I can't remember his name. He's from Polygon. And he does a video about the hero's journey.
Maybe somebody chat knows.
What is his name?
I don't remember. I remember the video.
It's a 3-name. Brian David Gilbert. Thank you,
Brian
Deputy.
David Gilbert.
Go watch his video about the hero's journey. It can be broken down into 12 parts.
Is this Kingdom Hearts focused?
12 parts?
Well, so hold on. That's where it begins.
The Kingdom Hearts story as told through the lens of Campbellian philosophy.
Campbellian philosophy shows that the hero's journey can be split into 12 parts. It's the different parts of how the hero's journey progresses, and you can look at it through the Kingdom Hearts.
So the hero's journey, like the actual
generic,
yes. Okay, gotcha.
like Joseph Campbell's seminal work, The Hero's Journey.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That's a good video to watch. But anyway, so yes, I will say, when I saw credits roll on Kingdom Hearts 3, by the time that happened, a lot of the stuff is the best word I can use to describe it, that had started in Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and all the rest, had pretty much been wrapped up, save for one kind of storyline.
So despite the fact that it has a convoluted as fuck story, you felt kind of satisfied?
So hold on. I said everything's been wrapped up.
Okay.
The way they chose to do it...
I didn't say they put a bow on top.
Yes. And Sly's maybe disagreeing with me, and that's fine. I would say that... I didn't say it was satisfaction. I said they wrapped up. They were like, hey, something's going on over here. That's what happened.
Let's be honest, though, guys. Let's be honest.
Did they wrap it up or did they pack it in?
I am
pack it in is a better description.
I am 4 hours into Kingdom Hearts 2 right now, and like going from Kingdom Hearts 1, where I felt like, okay, that was it's confusing, but I can pretty easily figure it out and follow it. Jumping into 4 hours into Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm already kind of like, does it even fucking matter? Like, this is ridiculous, like, the kinds of things they're doing. It's so confusing that, like, as much as, like, the charm of this series from the very beginning has been, okay, Disney and Square and Final Fantasy, or Square, come together, right?
Yeah.
And, like, at first that was super charming. I love it. And I know Brad loves the Final Fantasy side of things.
Yeah.
I am at the point already, 4 hours into Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm like, I just fucking wish this was a Disney game. I wish all the writing had been handled by Disney, and Square couldn't fucking touch it.
Yeah.
Like...
So what I'll say.
It's a fucking mess.
So there's some, and I'm gonna butcher this just because I'm not a Kingdom Hearts-er. What they refer to themselves as. But there's a character you've now
By the way, real quick, I am not going to bail. It's not that, because I don't want that to make it sound like I dislike the game. I don't. I'm just saying, Brad last week had said the game needs a story editor. I think the game just needed someone who, I think it just needed better writers. And I don't think Square has them. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm gonna butcher this, but whatever.
Okay.
So you've met Axel now.
Yes.
You know who he's voiced by the way? Does it sound familiar?
Kind of. I didn't look it up though.
Anybody?
I'm gonna say Will Friedle.
Who is Axel?
He's
the
guy with
the red hair.
Hearts 2. Raiden from Metal Gear.
Oh.
Okay.
I forget his name.
You mean Raiden?
I like how you said who voiced him by saying
I don't know the actual
fictional
voice actor's
character.
name, but it's Raiden.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant Raiden. Jack, sure. Jack works too. Jesse McCartney.
So here's the thing. So Prince of the Universe in chat says, I think the story makes more sense than people give it credit for. It's just a bad story. You might be right, but like if you kind of like, if you turn your brain off while you're watching the story and literally just take the most broad fucking strokes, you might be able to understand what's happening.
All right, well, maybe it's just in 3. But anyway, let's talk about 3 real quick. So, in 2, I'm gonna spoil things for you, Nick. Axel is this character.
Yes.
So it turns out, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, he is a nobody?
He is a nobody, yes.
Yes.
All of Organization 13, as I understand it, are nobodies.
Yes. So once he becomes his somebody, his name is actually Lee.
Okay.
The X is gone, name's reorganized, his name is Lee. So in Kingdom
Spoilers,
Hearts 3...
I don't know this yet.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I didn't know about it because it happens between 2 and 4. Or 2 and 3.
Fuck.
So, in 3... Kairi and Lee are training to become Keyblade like masters.
Okay.
And he's having this conversation with Kairi, and he's like, "Call me Axel." It's like, what? Axel's like a different person. Like, why would you do that? Maybe because the fans liked Axel, and they don't like Lee, so they just want to start referring to him as Axel again.
And as I understand it, that's the same way that Rock.
Yes, no, Nick, you were correct. You were correct.
All right, let's not finish the sentence because I don't want to spoil it for people.
No, I don't want to. That's not a spoiler at this point.
Someone in chat will take offense to me spoiling this.
We've talked about this before. Nick, it's Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 literally came out
2006.
12 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, not
so
spoiler
children that are in like middle and
Roxas is Sora's nobody.
Okay, yes.
So
Axel is Lee's nobody.
What? Correct.
Okay, I understand. Now.
So that would be like if Sora was like, "No, call me Roxas."
Axel,
that doesn't make any sense.
Axel is Lee's nobody?
Yes.
No, go ahead.
All
right, so I'm probably messing some of this up. It doesn't matter.
waiting for like an Axel Rod reference.
It doesn't matter.
But okay.
It's just why I don't understand that. And so a lot of this story, Nick, is Sora trying to quote save Roxas. He's trying to find Roxas and get him back. But it's like, but wait, Roxas is a part of Sora once his heart has been separated from his body. Like, why would that's like?
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah,
why?
It doesn't make sense. And I was very confused that he wanted to rescue him. And I was like, but that would mean you'd have to make. I don't know. It's very convoluted.
Let me ask this. I want to know, what is the difference between a heartless
Roxas is not Sora,
and
he's Sora's son. God damn it!
I don't understand.
What?
What is the difference between a heartless and a nobody? I don't know what that
is.
Okay,
so hold on.
No, let me explain this because I know the most.
Okay.
A heartless is a nobody without a heart, and a nobody is a
somebody without a heart
without a body. Wait, did I say that right? Okay, so like if you take a person and you cut them in half, you've got their heart, and then you've got their nobody. Exactly. And their nobody is their like soulless body, and their heart is like the physical emanation, manifestation of their soul, power, kingdom heart.
Yes.
First of all, Kingdom Heart is not what you think it is.
Kingdom Heart is light.
Yes? Yes.
Wait, Kingdom Heart is a thing?
Kingdom Hearts is a thing. It's the whole driving, like, the bad guys.
I thought it was just the name of a game.
No, there is a thing. There's a place called Kingdom Hearts.
Wait, really, Mr. Green? All right, anyway, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Let's just move on. Who cares? I know some of you in the community care, and that's fine. More power to you. That's fine.
I mean, even I care to a degree, but it's kind of like, it's like, to be honest,
yes.
Even if you care, which is fine, like, it is not why this game is like super charming and fun.
Right? Sure.
Why is the attack with the pirate ship just swinging the ship into people?
Because it's the ride. It's the Disney World
You're also shooting out
because it's the rides. Right. So it's like the fucking...
Yes. All of the specials are rides.
Wow. So, but like Disney World doesn't exist in the Kingdom Hearts universe.
And also doesn't do that. Anyway, let's move on.
No, real quick. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Sure, that's fine.
But
like,
you bring that up, Krispy,
they don't go to the Magic Kingdom.
While we were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 and I was getting all excited and thinking about stuff, I was like, my dream Kingdom Hearts game would be like an open world game where like the open world is like structured like Disney World, because that would be fucking dope.
If it was like the thematic equivalent to like the Disney World. So like you've got the Magic Kingdom with all these worlds of fantasy
and adventure. I was
physically
physically walking around Disney World thinking, God, this would be an awesome Kingdom Hearts game.
Let's talk about that. You know what would be good? An open world.
Yes.
This game suffers, I don't know, more so. It's been a while since I played 1 and 2, and I've never played anything else. From the I don't say fallacy, but walk down a long hallway that's maybe kind of twisty windy, have a battle, keep walking down that hallway, have a battle, keep walking down that hallway, have a battle, have a cutscene.
I will say this. You said that last week, and Brad kind of reiterated it as well, and like, you're probably, I'm not saying you're wrong, but like I'm watching the footage and I'm like, it seems way more diverse and like,
these are long hallways that then go up and then they continue. It is a very linear path, which
it's a linear path, but they're maybe more visually striking.
Just because they don't have walls,
right?
Yes,
right.
they don't have walls.
I think that's an important distinction to make, though. Because
Nick,
when you think of
put
like,
some walls,
I mean that's fair, because this Olympus level, while being very linear, looks neat.
Yeah, I think there's a big. It's important to point that out, because you have a game like Final Fantasy 13, which was literally hallways with walls.
Oh,
and
Nick,
then you have this.
Nick, there are hallways, and there is a section of this game that is literally nothing but hallways.
You're in the hallway universe.
Yes. Hold on, Nick. So what I will say is, if you were to take this game, look at this invisible wall, bam, right there. And if you were to take this game and take all of the invisible walls and make them solid, you would see that it is nothing but hallways. They just look open. So hold on. So my problem is, by the time I finish this game, I don't know if every Kingdom Hearts is like this. It's been years.
Well, it's only been days since I played it, so
since I played Kingdom Hearts 2. But this game is literally nothing but walk forward, press X a bunch, occasionally press triangle, press X a bunch, occasionally press triangle, and move on to the next cutscene. Yeah. And by the time the game ended, like I said, I think they tried to wrap up a bunch of the stories and stuff, but I think they did it in a way that was extremely dissatisfying. Mainly because there's literally a final section when you're in a bunch of hallways. Or they're like, let's wrap up this. All right, let's go 10 feet. All right, let's have a fight and then wrap up this. All right, let's go 10 feet and have a fight and wrap up this and go 10. Literally, that is what it is.
So
it's like a Mega Man boss rush, just like not
kind of. And
they wrote themselves into so many corners they had to resolve them back to back to back.
They
to back
tried.
at the very
Yes,
end.
they didn't do a great job. But
the camera's so bad.
Oh yeah, no, the camera angles get fucking horrible. There's one attack that is a merry-go-round, but if you're too close to a wall or a tree, the camera will get stuck into the wall or tree sometimes, and you're just like really close, and you have to time the merry-go-round attacks, but you can't see it. Anyway, that's beside the point.
So did they replace all like the classic summons with rides that you?
No, you have summons. You have summons.
Okay, there are summons.
Yes.
Okay.
You can summon Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
You can summon.
Don't spoil it. Don't.
Wait. Do you go to Wreck-It Ralph's world?
You don't. So that's the difference
the
between this game and previous games. None of your summons, you actually go to their locations. In all the previous games, you go to a location.
And you met someone.
You meet someone, and then you're there yourself. For the most part.
Having just finished Kingdom Hearts 1, I would say like that maybe only accounts for like 2 or 3.
Okay.
A lot of the summons you got in Kingdom Hearts 1, you found an item and you took it to the fairy godmother. And she was just like, you got a new summon. It's like, oh, it's Mushu from Mulan. It's like, oh, well, I haven't been to Mulan.
About that.
Okay.
Okay, well, here's a summon in this game, Nick.
Okay, but what is that?
I have no fucking idea. And then you bounce on him.
That's a meow. Wow.
Yeah.
Balloon.
Final Fantasy game.
It's not. Yeah, Nick, none of the summons in this game you actually interact with besides you find an item, and now you just have that summon.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph was one of them. This is from Dream Drop
This
Distance.
is the kind of thing, like, we talked a little bit last week about how they kind of spoil all the worlds you go to and whatnot, and I'm fine with them doing that because it's like they've kind of found a bunch of unique ways to inject Disney into other aspects of the game other than just like you go to that world.
Yeah.
Like in Kingdom Hearts 1, you meet a lot of Disney characters, you don't go to the world, but you run into a lot of Disney characters in like Traverse Town, and they have their own kind of roles they play.
You see how clusterfucky this is, Nick?
Yeah, no,
that's the entire game.
I mean, the whole
I
series is
know, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts, is these fights. I do like that it is kind of simple to an extent, where you're literally just pressing X a bunch. On the odd occasion, you'll press square to dodge, triangle to launch your special, and then circle to recover if you've been hit. It is fairly simple.
The bosses have the world's longest fucking health bars.
So I will say that this is post-game. This is post me beating the game. Once you've finished the game, they unlock all of these kind of special battles, and you have to go around the world doing them. I don't know what you get for doing that.
Probably
I think you have to do it maybe to get the ultimate weapon. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Why would you do that and get the ultimate weapon afterwards? Because then what's the point? I don't know. Anyway, no, you can get the ultimate weapon before finishing the game. Because I remember I was curious about getting it, but then I didn't. So I don't know. So this is actually a tough. This is supposed to be a tough battle.
Okay.
Because this is post credits. And so, yeah, the story, very weird. Some very weird things kind of happen, and it clearly was Nomura being like, all right, we need to finish this. Let's have this happen. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole series has been like that to a degree. It's just, like, especially, like, after they started certain things in Kingdom Hearts 1 that I don't think they had any idea what the fuck they were going to do.
Fuck you, Mr. Green Toast, with those flan minigames. Fuck you with those things. What? They are bullshit. There are all these flan minigames you have to do that are like, oh, stack up all of these flans, or like fucking. It's like
the custard.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. What is the game where the aliens are coming? That's not. Is it space? Not space. It's kind of like a mix of Space Invaders and Centipede. And you're doing that in the Pirates of the Caribbean world with flans. Really fucking weird. There are all these flan mini games and these like gummy boss fights that you have to do to get the ultimate Keyblade. And when I found out you had to do all of that, I was like, hard pass.
Thank you for bringing that up, Nolan. Can I kind of interject here?
Gummy
quick?
ships?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I have a soft spot for this series. I love Kingdom Hearts despite all of its problems.
Yeah.
But goddamn, if I've ever seen a worse UI than the Gummy Ship creator in Kingdom Hearts 1,
it's bad.
I can't think of it because,
dude, it's like,
holy! I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out how to attach an engine.
Oh god!
I accidentally detached my engine from the Gummy Ship, so it was unusable.
Yep.
So I had to figure out how to attach it again, and I spent literally 20 to 30 minutes trying to figure out how to just attach a fucking engine to the Gummy Ship.
Are you talking about like Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2?
Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay.
I haven't even gotten to the gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm assuming it's probably terrible
Wait,
as well.
2 was 06?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 supposedly was better from what I understand.
Even then, like, I don't have a lot of high hopes for the gummy
So
ship.
hold on, I will say, I was curious.
general.
I just looked it up. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts came out in 08.
Yeah.
Had a very good system for building
Yeah.
ships and vehicles and stuff. Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't care about any of that and used the same fucking. It's bad. It's still not.
I mean,
good.
it's weird because like they did a lot of neat things with the first game. They maybe didn't have it all figured out just yet, but they got off on it because they got away with it because of its charm,
Sure.
and all that stuff. And you kind of expected, okay, if the series is going to keep going, then they're probably going to fix all these systems, and they just never did.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming Kingdom Hearts 2 has a terrible fucking gummy ship system as well.
It does. It's
like,
slightly better, but
it's so like going into a gummy ship sequence in any Kingdom Hearts game is just like I roll my eyes and
oh, you have no.
like,
I don't.
I'm
Was
like,
I,
I
guys,
can't
was I
stand
casting
this.
the first time I got the gummies? Before it happens, you hear it. Like you hear the gummy music, and I think I was casting when it happened, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like I knew it was coming.
It's
I have not
back.
played Kingdom Hearts, like the gummy stuff, since fucking like at least years, and I fucking remembered. I knew it was
It's
fucking
burned
coming.
into my brain. It's awful.
But-
Yeah.
I mean, how required is the gummy stuff?
You have to do it.
I mean,
you
here's
have to get to new worlds. You have to take the gummy shit
Okay, but you only have to do that once per world, and then you're done. You don't have to do
Yes.
that.
once per world. Correct. Then you
Okay.
can fast travel
in
between.
Kingdom Hearts 1, all I can say this: if you spend a little bit of time and build like a custom ship, like maybe 20 minutes, build a custom ship, you can probably get by for the rest of the game ever having to touch the
Nick,
ship again.
I never in 3. I never modified my ship once.
Beautiful. I don't want to.
There are very few actual battles you have to do. There are level 1, level 2, and level 3 battles, and I think maybe even level 4 battles throughout the world. I did 2 battles in this game.
All I like doing in the gummy ship is like sticking to the edge of the screen as long as possible until something's kind of about to hit me, and then I switch to the other side, and I try to avoid everything.
Yep, and that's fine.
Avoid hitting shit until it's done.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I do it, and it's worked for me so far.
So, is there a Sephiroth fight in this game?
There is not.
Really?
Nope.
There is no
no
Final Fantasy
characters.
fight in this game.
No final. There. I mean,
What?
like, yeah. Oh, you weren't here last week when we talked
Oh
about
yeah.
it.
No.
Sorry.
There is a statue of Auron, Cloud, and someone else.
Yuffie?
It wasn't Yuffie. At the very beginning of the game.
Tidus?
No. Someone else.
Wait, you said Leon?
Auron and Cloud were the only ones I remember. There
No
was
Leon?
one more. Terra. Was it Terra?
Oh,
I think it might have been
weird.
Terra.
I have a question for you.
Was it Terra? What's up, Nick?
Having played,
No,
there are certain things I love about Kingdom Hearts 1.
Sure.
One of my favorite things about Kingdom Hearts 1, out of all the things you do in Kingdom Hearts 1, my fondest memory is still Traverse Town.
Sure.
I
Traverse
love
Town was fucking great.
It's one of my favorite locations, I think, in any game.
Yeah.
I love Traverse Town just because of the music that plays and
great.
like the people in town. It's super fucking charming. It reminds me of being in Disney World. I don't know why. I love it. Kingdom Hearts 2. Is Twilight Town the new Traverse Town of Kingdom Hearts 2? Or do you go to Traverse Town or something else like it? Because Twilight Town sucks.
Twilight Town does. I can't remember. It's been so long since
Somebody
I
in
played
chat,
2.
please tell me. Is there a Traverse Town equivalent in Kingdom Hearts 2 that is not Twilight Town?
Let me say, Fatal Frame. There is a Moogle in this game, but it's like a hologram of a Moogle.
Yeah, that came up last week.
Yeah.
Why is
Okay, Faxwell
There's
in
a
chat
Better
says
Town,
it's
okay.
Better Town 2.
Okay.
Thank God, because Twilight Town is, while it has decent
All of
music,
it.
it is like super forgettable in terms of like design and
Yeah.
whatnot. I don't know. It just doesn't have the charm of Traverse Town. Traverse Town is dope. I love it. Anyways, we probably need to. Is there anything else you want to say about? Kingdom Hearts 2?
I would say, like I said, I finished it. I'm sure there's more for me to do in the world. Apparently, there is a secret ending I have not gotten. Apparently, it's hard and difficult and convoluted to get, and everyone recommends.
You know what
You
I
had to collect
recommend?
102
What's up, Nick?
Dalmatians.
You know what I recommend?
That was a thing in
Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
You know, what's up?
Except you find them in groups of 3. I did that, by the way, and I cheated to do
Nice.
it because I wanted the extra spell to make sure that I could do the final boss without trouble. I'm not even fucking ashamed.
How was the fight with Sephiroth, Nick?
I didn't do it.
You
Fuck
fucking
you, Nolan.
chump.
You're right,
You
and
chump.
I'm never going to do it. I will watch a YouTube video of somebody who's way better at video games than me, and I will
got about
live
halfway
happily.
through that fight, and then I realized, fuck this.
Yes, exactly. I know how hard that boss is. So fuck it.
But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I got credits rolled. There is post-credit scene, which kind of alludes to some other stuff going on. Whatever.
I'm surprised they did that, because this definitely seems like they can't possibly make another Kingdom Hearts game. I mean,
they've invested so much in this game. I feel like they would do. They'd be willing to invest in a 4.
Maybe that's an ignorant thing for me to say, because Kingdom Hearts is so big. But it's like, I feel like it was one of those. It was like a game that was like development hell, right? It took them 12 years to make this fucking game, and I feel like as soon as they got it out the door, they'd be like, let's never do that again.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm totally
I don't
wrong.
know. I will say that now that I've wrapped up Kingdom Hearts 3, I'll YouTube the final best ending or whatever. If they put out a 4,
I think if they ever decided to do a 4, it really needs to be something like structurally like totally different. Like it needs to be open world or interconnected or something.
The thing is, like this combat system and the traversal, like I think that's so new that I don't think they would deviate from that with a number of sequels.
Wait, the traversal is new?
Just like the way you're running around, like
I mean, it's more
so much faster. Than
it's faster paced, but it's not that different.
It's similar,
and the combat looks so much better.
Oh, the combat is better. Here's the thing, like regardless of how you feel about the story of Kingdom Hearts, like the combat has always been super fun. Like it's super simple. It's really easy to get enjoyment out of it because it's very low. It's low input, high output. Like you know what I mean? Like you tap some buttons, you do some cool looking shit. It feels very Disney, very floaty. I don't know.
Dude, there's some very confusing stuff towards the end of this game with time that I still don't understand.
What's a Xehanort?
Don't even do it. Don't even bring that up, Chris Davis.
I'm asking an innocent question here.
I'm not naming another show with the word Nort in it. It's not happening.
Xehanort is a character, Chris Davis.
I don't even know what the Nort thing is about.
He's a bad guy, Chris Davis. Okay. Don't worry about it.
Aqua got Norted.
Yes, that's true.
You're gonna lose talking privileges every time you say that.
Aqua got Norted!
Those aren't words. Those are just sounds.
I don't know what this is.
Aqua got Norted!
I will say that technically this is a pretty good looking game.
Yeah.
I did enjoy playing I'm
trying not to watch the footage too much because I do think this game looks beautiful and I want to.
Well, this is literally the first area you go to.
Wonderful.
Like I said, the only reason I'm just revisiting it, so I have this fly ability that you get.
This is ridiculous.
This glide ability.
Insane.
What, the fly ability?
Yeah. Just there's a sequence where he's like gliding for like 30 seconds.
Dude, you get it in every game eventually.
Yeah. In the first game, you get it from Neverland.
You get it, but isn't that just like it's a fall though?
Well, when you're in Neverland, you can fly around
infinitely.
Outside of Neverland, you can glide.
But then eventually, you will get a permanent glide. I think you have to do something special. I think.
No, after I left Neverland in Kingdom Hearts 1, I was gliding everywhere.
But you
descend.
But this you don't.
Oh,
it is
weird.
whatever height you press glide, you stay at that height forever.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, and I think in 2. They give you that ability too, but you have to do something special. I can't remember. Like I said, it's been a while.
If I ever play this game, I'm never going to use that fucking ship.
Because you've already seen it too much.
Yes,
you've already seen it too much. Don't worry, you can use. There's a Splash Mountain.
There's a Splash Mountain. There's a bunch of ones. You don't get to choose what they are though. They just randomly kind of.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yes.
Space Mountain?
Yes.
Oh, really?
They have Space Mountain?
Not Space Mountain. The train.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Dude, I think it'd be cool if like a Space Mountain, like all just like the screen.
The thing is,
totally
the train
black.
one is reserved for 2 story sequences.
No.
So you don't get to do
and they showed one during a fucking trailer.
Yes. And that train is fucking OP as fuck.
All right.
But yeah, some stuff happened towards the end of this game, and like literally yesterday, Bernadette was reading like an article about how canonically, Donald is now the most powerful mage in the fucking Square universe.
Wait, I'm sorry.
in the Final
Yes, because of this game, Donald Duck is now the most powerful mage.
Okay, first of all, that was good. Second of all,
how do you translate that sound like to a title for an episode?
Can we back up for a second to where you said she read an article about
Yeah, she was actually, because there's something happens. She was actually watching me play the end of this game, and because of what happens, and I'm not going to spoil anything, Donald Duck is now the most powerful mage in the Final Fantasy universe.
You know what? I'm okay with this. Fuck it.
Watch this gliding. Just watch this.
Oh, yeah, I do glide for a long time right now.
Nuts. Look at that.
Go to Neverland, man. Yeah. Go to Neverland.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He skips 2 major engagements.
Yeah.
3 major engagements.
Yeah. You don't got to do them.
That's nuts. This game is This game is a hot mess, but it's also kind of wonderful.
Critta has a point. If you play this game, you'd need subtitles because they like doubled down on Donald Duck's accent.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's pretty bad.
His accent.
Yes,
doubled down on his accent.
But like I said, now that the game's wrapped up, I will say that the performances of Sora, Donald, and Goofy are amazing. Yeah. They are the best parts of this game.
Luckily, they've remained strong.
Oh no, 100%. Everyone else.
Hit or miss?
Miss. Not hit or miss. Like
is Scrooge McDuck in this?
He is.
Do we get some DuckTales shit?
And you don't. He runs a fucking bistro.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
And in
Kingdom Hearts, is he voiced by David Tennant?
No, he's not.
In Kingdom Hearts 1, what are
What's up?
The words?
The Huey, Louie, and Dewey?
Yeah, they run the item shop.
Yeah, they run an item shop in Traverse Town in this game. Sorry, Twilight Town.
Gotcha. It's cool. Yeah. I still love that shit. I don't give a shit. I still love it. It's a hot mess, but it's a cool hot mess. I like it. I don't know.
Just make another DuckTales game.
Woohoo! I mean, they kind of did a couple years ago.
I have a question for you guys. Do we have any other games to talk about before the break? I don't think so.
I can quickly talk about
quick mentions.
So I've been playing some Apex Legends.
Okay. How are you enjoying that?
Fuck yeah!
I am not amazing at it.
You've been dropping supply ship?
I have.
We've been dropping Skulltown a lot, man.
Skulltown's good.
Skulltown's so good. It's
so Nick, I will say that I have been enjoying this game more than any other battle royale I have played. Mm-hmm. And that is mainly because of the structure of the game, how the characters work, how their powers work. That makes them fairly unique. The weapons in this game are pretty good.
Except for the Mozambique. Fuck that gun.
Not a fan of the Mozambique shotgun.
Fuck that gun. That is the worst gun.
I like the Wingman.
The Wingman's great.
I like Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper's
good.
Those are the two best guns.
Devotion can actually be
Devotion,
pretty good,
if you have the supercharger, is like the fucking meta right now.
Is the RC-103 in the game?
Yes,
it is.
But it's now R301C. It's like
they mixed it up.
Yeah, it's like a newer version of that same gun, and it is top tier.
Is the smart pistol in there?
No.
Fuck.
The smart pistol wasn't even like a regular weapon in Titanfall 2, though.
Yeah, but it was. But when it was in the
game,
is that the one
that
was so good.
Is that the one that would
that's the one that would like lock on 3 rounds and then.
So Nick, what I'll say is I'm not a big battle royale person. I played a decent amount of PUBG just for the fun of it. It is fun playing with friends.
So much fun.
I will say Apex Legends is horrible when you're not playing with other people. I've been fucked over multiple times.
As far as like
you mean with friends.
Well, when you're playing with random people.
When you're playing with randos. Like I've played with randos on like every other battle royale game that I've played with, and it's always terrible. But
Apex
this
Legends
is the best version of that.
It's the best version of that. Because of the pinging system and how you can kind of there are many ways that you can without a microphone communicate with your teammates.
I've had good matches with randos where none of us had mics.
The problem is
which doesn't happen
every time I play solo. People just leave.
Yeah, people suck. Like people leave.
Like I said, it just happens to be the times I've played. I'm sure I could probably find
They need to do something about incentivizing people to not quit when their fucking banner is still on the field.
Because they get Krispy, I'm talking about before we drop.
Oh,
people leave.
Yeah, that's weird.
And so there was one time where I was playing with a rando who had a mic. He was a very nice person. He got very mad at me because I wasn't communicating enough. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I have my mic on. I've been talking to you this whole time. Turns out my mic was not going through. So my bad. I apologized after we died in the text.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I've been enjoying it. I don't know how much I'm going to keep playing it because I don't want to get sucked into it.
I'm going to keep playing it.
But I have been having a pretty good time with it.
It's free to play. Maybe I'll download it and play a match.
There's a content
fucking
right?
free.
Yes. Okay. It is free, Nick.
It's fucking
I can't afford this.
Yeah.
You can't afford free?
It's a joke. It's a joke. I made a joke.
Fucking free.
So that's Apex Legends. I have won a couple rounds. I've come close several times. But yeah, it's good. Like I said, the unique abilities of every character, I think, is really one of the things that puts. I mean, it's Overwatch meets, PUBG. It's
I just hope
nice
this doesn't like Doom respawn to be nothing but a battle royale.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean? No, they won't.
Like Nick, I think if you play Bangalore, just move the mouse.
What is this fucking Star Wars game going to be after this? Like in a post Apex Legends world.
So Bangalore is a really cool character. Her special is she can shoot these fog grenades or like smoke grenades. Her ultimate is like a rain down of these missiles that explode. But one of her cool things is her passive is if someone shoots at her or near her, she gets a speed boost, and so the passive activates even if someone misses you. So someone will shoot me and I won't hear it, but my speed boost will activate, and I'm like, fuck, and I just start running. Just run because I know someone's shooting at me.
And you already run really fast.
You do.
So
the speed boost is pretty cool.
Is the map like really big, like to the point where
it's pretty fucking
you can
big.
feel like you can go a while without maybe running into anybody?
Oh yeah.
Or?
Oh yeah.
A lot of matches I don't see anybody until like there's just
close to the end.
5 squads left or something.
You have the Pathfinder we were talking about before the show, the robot. He has a grappling hook ability. Like a zip line ability. He can set up.
Well,
zip
he has
lines.
a grappling and his ultimate.
He personally has a zip line, but he can set up a grappling. Sorry,
no,
he has a grappling hook. He can set up a zip
set up
line that other team members can use. So y'all can all zip around and stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's one guy who's like a tracker, and when he activates that, he can see blood drops and kind of follow where people. There's some really cool stuff,
and it like gives you a lot of information too. It'll say like someone got shot here, somebody was healing here, somebody went down here.
Those unique abilities of the characters, I think, are one of the things that puts it over the top. Over like,
are y'all both playing on PS4?
I'm playing on PC.
I'm playing on PC and PS4. I got friends on both.
Yeah,
I'm a social butterfly. God damn it!
I don't like playing first-person shooters with a controller. That's the only reason. So that's Apex. Quickly, I have been playing more Wargroove. I actually got pretty, I don't want to say upset, but I was having some difficulties the last time I played on the stream.
Because you can't cancel fucking moves?
That is a huge fucking one. So many times I fucked myself over in a battle because I accidentally made a move I didn't really want to.
Dude, and I can never set up ranged units for their fucking...
the trebuchets and stuff? Yeah, it's
like
hard.
like the archers, like moving them into position to get them like in to get them in range for crits and shit like that. Like I always fuck that shit up.
I am currently stuck on a battle, and it's the battle that introduces the trebuchets. I have not beaten that one yet. I've gotten close, but I have not beaten it.
Yeah.
It is tough. There was one where out of nowhere a bunch of dudes spawned, it swarmed and killed my commander. You lose the battle. I don't remember who mentioned it in the feedback earlier. I'm sorry, I forgot. But yeah, the
Pioche, I think it was.
Who?
Pioche.
Okay, so like Pioche said, the fact that units can spawn in like behind you and in other places really fucking sucks. There's an ability when you pull up the map or like the menu, you can see an overview of how much money you have, how much money the enemy has, how many units they have, and all of a sudden one turn later their enemy count jumps up by 5 because all of a sudden randomly 5 units spawned up.
You just don't know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
or where they're coming from.
It's frustrating. The good thing I will add is that during my stream, and I don't remember who mentioned it to me because my memory is literally the worst thing about me. Third worst.
Fourth.
Right after penis.
Yes. The developers are paying.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Developers are paying attention to feedback. They are taking all the criticism and they are turning around and saying, "Hey guys, you know what? That's right. We're going to patch that.
Yeah.
They are going to fix things. They're going to change it. They're going to make it a better game." And I don't want to say I want to stop until that happens because I have still been enjoying it. But I am extremely glad they are taking all of the constructive criticism they are getting and promising to change things.
Hey, y'all been doing the multiplayer, the asynchronous
So the only
multiplayer?
reason I haven't done the multiplayer yet is I don't have the Nintendo Online yet. I just haven't gotten around to setting it up.
Yeah.
I haven't had it either.
I just haven't set it up. I'm going to do it.
I signed up for a month last night so I could download Tetris 99.
Nice. So I'm going to. I just haven't done it yet. Mainly because I recently upgraded a bunch of my passwords and my Nintendo one's really complicated now, and to put it into my Switch is a pain, and so I just haven't done it yet.
So
Speaking of which, sorry.
When is this coming to PC?
It will eventually. I don't know when.
Is it really? Is it only? Oh, it's on PS4 and Xbox and Switch.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Krispy, do you want to mention Tetris 99?
Sure, I played a little bit of Tetris 99.
Another battle royale game, if you will.
It is a battle royale game, all right. You play Tetris against 98 other people until only one of you are left.
That's crazy.
And it's terrifying.
Have you won
You're
yet?
crazy.
No. I think... Yeah, I think the closest I came was something like 17th or something. But it's fucking stupid. So... I don't know if have you seen the actual
No, I've seen some footage of it.
So it's you've got the Tetris game, right? And then on either side of it are 98 other Tetris games. You can see all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, they're tiny, but you can see all of them. You can see how everybody's doing. And while you're playing, like, getting, like, clears and Tetrises, or Tetra, or whatever, you know, like clearing lines and getting, like, full Tetrises and stuff, let you, like, attack people, let you, like do shit to other people. A lot of it is just like throwing in, like, garbage blocks into their stack, like moving their whole stack up with garbage blocks, and then they have to, like, block them down, and keep from getting, you know, hitting the top. And it's like, it took me a while to even understand what the fuck was going on, because you just see, like, you're playing Tetris, like, which, you know, for me is like, okay, I'm thinking about the Tetris blocks moving, switching, you know, dropping them, and then there's, like, all these lines and warnings and flashes and shit going on, and then all of a sudden your queue, like, just jumps up, like, half the screen is taken up with gray blocks, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you're using the directional buttons to move your Tetronymos, you're using the face buttons like you normally would in a Tetris game, and then you're also using both sticks to move a targeting reticle and, like, select different attack options for, like, attacking other people. And you'll see these, like, lines going across the screen that are showing you, like, oh, there's 4 different people, like, fucking attacking you right now. So you, like, move your reticle over to one of them, and, like, you switch your attack mode to people attacking you, and then you try to, like, load up some fucking lines and get a Tetris, and then it, like, sends out an attack to all of them and tries to fuck them all up. And this keeps going until 98 people lose. It's fucking insane. It's terrifying.
What? That sounds stressful.
I feel more comfortable in, like, a shooty battle royale than I do in a Tetris one. Like, it's fucking insane, because, like, people who are good at Tetris are, like, better at Tetris than I will ever be in a million years. You know, like, there's, like, no, like, it's just, like, this exponential skill curve. It's, like,
you're
crazy.
You're either good at Tetris or not at all. Like, I feel like I know how to play Tetris.
I mean, it's definitely something you can learn, and, like, there are strategies to follow.
You play a shit ton of Tetris to get really good at that game.
Man, like, it's just stressful, and it's like, you know, I saw a tweet earlier that really, like, encapsulated it, whereas, like, Tetris Effect was, like, this really, like, zen, calming, like wonderfully, like, peaceful experience based around Tetris, and this is just fucking brutal and, like, horrifying. Like, this is like people just shoving Tetronymos down everybody else's throat and, like, trying to suffocate them to
death.
This
is already horror game of the year.
It's fucking horrible. It's great. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's free if you have the fucking Nintendo Online. So there's really no reason not to. And apparently, I saw something on Twitter today too. Like, data miners had found that, like, they're going to be adding new modes to the game, including, like, possibly, like, a giant battle mode where it's, like, 50 versus 50 people. And like a marathon mode and, like, all kinds of crazy shit. So
it's amazing how many different variations.
Is the better strategy when you're playing, is it to just clear lines as quickly as possible, or is it to, like, build up to get the maximum lines, the full Tetris?
I always play Tetris in the sense of, like, clear lines as quickly as possible, but that's a bad way to play because I never get Tetrises, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where you get all your points, is from getting Tetrises.
Correct.
I still feel like getting Tetrises is the way to play this, because the way I've been playing doesn't work. But what I don't know is, like, do you get points for clearing, like, the garbage blocks that people are putting on you? Or are you, like, stacking up all these Tetrises and, like, getting nothing for it? You're just trying to get enough space to get back to, like, scoring points. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, I'm going to go home tonight and play this game again and find out that I had absolutely no idea what the fuck I was doing, and there's a system that I'm not explaining properly or something. So by the time you listen to this podcast, like, we'll probably already know that half of what I've said is incorrect. I don't know. You should just check it out yourself. It's really confusing.
I suddenly want a Puzzle Fighter Battle Royale.
Dude, you get, like, all these points just for doing, like, fucking T-spins and, like, J-spins and shit. Like,
don't worry, Chris Davis.
Like,
by the end of the year,
they give you points for doing, like, the advanced Tetris techniques of like spinning a block last second to, like, fit it into a spot it otherwise wouldn't fit into and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you get more points for doing that. So, like, if you know how to do that shit, like, you're not only scoring more points, you're also, like, fucking other people.
I remember when I was younger and I was playing Tetris, and, like, I would do that trick you just mentioned about turning it the last second, and I thought I was in on a secret that nobody else fucking knew. I was like, fucking, I got this game. I'm under my fucking thumb.
You were already.
I was. You know what?
Tetris grandmaster.
Fact is, I was fucking terrible at that game.
I think everybody.
We all were.
Wonderful. All right. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll cover any last minute mentions we want to throw in there, and then of course we got a bunch of news we want to talk about, including the Nintendo Direct that happened yesterday, and some big announcements there. There's also a Hollow Knight announcement we're going to talk about, which means we're going to watch the trailer during the break because no one hasn't seen it yet. And of course, we're going to answer some questions from our supporters on Patreon because we love you. And so don't stick around. Don't go anywhere. Please stick around. We have a lot more show for you when we come back from the break.
Yeah, Nick, please, let's fucking do it.
Welcome back to the show, guys. If you're watching us live and you have any ideas what we could do for episode 666, which is happening in just over a year,
2 years.
Let us know.
It's not 2 years.
It's gonna be like 2 years. Seriously, we don't do 52 shows a year.
We do like 40 something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We do like 40 something,
So
and it's
double-
almost 80 shows away.
It's 76.
Okay, yeah, it's probably gonna be about 2 years, maybe a little less than 2 years before we hit 666. But we want to make it good. We want to make sure there's some animal sacrifice.
We want to
some
make
blood.
it bad.
Oh my god.
We're
Anyways,
gonna have devil's food cake,
Ooh.
that can't be.
Deviled eggs.
deviled eggs.
Oh,
Devil
that
sex.
all
We're gonna
sounds-
hang upside down crosses everywhere.
That all sounds
More
so
than usual.
More than usual. Yes.
It's a lowercase t.
It's gonna be spooky and gothy.
Time to leave.
That's funny. All right, we need to get started. We have some news we want to get to, but first, are there any other devil's lettuce? Is that a thing?
The devil's lettuce.
Nick, how do you not know the devil's
The
lettuce?
jazz cabbage?
Oh my
Oh,
I like how Nick got it on the jazz cabbage. You mean Nick didn't know devil's lettuce, but he knows jazz cabbage. What is wrong with you?
wait, you mean weed?
All right.
You are hip with all the kids, aren't
Oh
you?
my god.
You are Steve Buscemi right now.
Oh my god. Jesus. All right. Damn it. I don't even know what to say now. Let's move on. Do we have any other games we want to mention?
I do not believe so.
Chris Davis, you have anything you want to mention briefly?
I can very briefly mention I tried the new combined arms mode in Battlefield 5 last night.
All right, cool. So
It's
let's move
not
on to
good.
news.
Not good?
Not good.
EA is not
At
having
all.
a
In
good
Battlefield
year.
5?
Yeah, it's not good.
Ooh.
There is no respawning. The objectives are just repeat over and over and over again on the existing multiplayer maps. And
Sounds
it's-
about right.
Was this supposed to be their
Jank
Battle
as fuck.
Royale thing?
Huh? No, their battle royale mode. I don't even remember what it's called at this point, but like Firestorm or something
Has
like
it
that.
launched?
No, it's next month.
What the fuck?
Like why?
Like, what's the
Why?
point now? Like, what's
Yeah.
the point
Yeah, I
anymore?
can't
Like-
imagine it's going to end up stealing any of Apex Legends' thunder.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Um,
no. And I also
Dude, Apex Legends, I can't remember the count, but I think at one point they had over 2 million players active.
Well, they hit a million.
They had 2 million players in the first day.
No, not total. I'm saying
Like,
at a time.
Yeah,
Consecutively.
their highest
Consecutively,
peak was
yeah.
2
their
million.
peak, they
Like,
peaked 2 million people at one time playing the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, first day probably.
No,
No,
at
that
a
was like
single
during the
time.
weekend.
Yeah.
Like there was
No, no, no.
1 second. That wasn't during the first
I
day.
believe the word you're looking
During the
for.
first-
No,
week.
what you're thinking of is that metric that they put out that said they had 1 million hits in the first 8 hours.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'm saying
word
during
you're
their second or
looking
third
for-
week, they had 2 million consecutive
Well,
players.
it's
Concurrent.
been 1
Concurrent.
week and like 2 days.
And they're
Oh,
kicking
Jesus Christ.
Fortnite's
Yeah,
ass.
I feel like Apex Legends has been
That's
out
not-
for a
that game's
year.
been out for like 3 years. I was playing the other day and someone had like 800 kills.
I don't remember, dude. My buddy Ryan, who I play with, has 610 or
no,
something like
Crispy,
that. Like,
I have like 20.
I know.
How can anyone have more
I've
than
got,
like
like,
100?
Can we go back to talking about devil's lettuce for a
No.
second?
No.
Oh, you mean Jazz Cap?
Jazz cabbage.
Oh, I thought you were talking
By the
about.
way, I didn't know what jazz cabbage is. That another name for
I
it?
thought you were talking about kale.
Jazz cabbage? I'm sorry.
And to ruin all the fun, I will say that I did put a few hours into the Division 2 beta
course you
this
did.
past weekend.
How was it?
How's that going?
Chris
I
Davis,
think there's some kind
let
of
me
cool
tell you
stuff to
something. Chris Davis, let me tell you something. I'm going to
Yeah.
take this pillow from Nolan real quick. Hang on.
Oh, you can throw it at me?
The more I think about it, the more I'm actually kind of looking forward to the Division 2. Because there was a lot of cool ideas in the first Division. I don't think they came to fruition quick enough for me. to give a shit about that game, but maybe a fresh start is what I need.
See, the thing is, I think the beta is a good indication of what to expect, because everything it's got 2 main missions to play and a bunch of little side missions you can do, and you got like about a quarter of DC to explore.
Okay.
And
like the National Mall, and is that
National Mall's not in it, but the White House is there.
Wait, what's the dark zone gonna be?
There's 3 dark zones.
There's 3?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Each has a different theme and a different area of the map they take place on. But everything doesn't feel nearly as arcadey as in the first game. You're not kind of like running around and just shooting all willy nilly. All your weapons feel like they have a lot of weight to them. There's a lot of recoil to your weapons. You're not doing a lot of magic healing going on or any like
there was magic
kind of stuff. Magic. It was basically techno magic.
You could find ancient scrolls,
but they do some pretty cool things in there.
The important question is, Chris Davis, do you think this is going to be another 800-hour sync for you?
I don't know yet.
Well, it is, but do you think you're going to enjoy all 800 hours of it?
Yeah, no, that is a good statement there. That is a good question. I don't know yet. I didn't try.
You know what? I think I don't know I don't know if this is day 1 for me, but I think I might actually play this. I think I might try it out.
Y'all should play it together.
But the good thing about the beta itself, shut up.
Somebody hit Nolan with a pillow.
The good thing about the beta is that once you completed 2 of the story missions in there, it unlocks 3 in-game level 30 characters for you to try out with the 3 specializations: the explosive crossbow launcher, the grenade launcher, and the 50 cal sniper rifle.
Explosive crossbows. I can't fucking wait.
And they let you play a modified story mission, which represents in-game content. So it gives you a good idea what to expect post like the 40 hours that you put into the leveling up. So
right, the tutorial.
Yes,
sure.
That's
correct. When is that game
playing through the story?
March 15th.
Sooner than I expected. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll talk more about that when it eventually comes out and you've had time to play it in depth.
Yeah. There's an open beta the first weekend of March, and
you're no longer tied up in video, so you can do that.
I'm gonna be playing Ace Combat 7 and Metro until the end of the month. So
that's a good point. Have you started that yet? Ace Combat 7?
I've installed it. I am waiting to sit down on a Saturday afternoon with nothing in front of me just to rest and enjoy this game.
That was a long way
sit
around.
Sit down on a Saturday afternoon in front of my TV wearing nothing, ready to play Ace Combat 7.
Just fully
just
in the buff.
Me in the buff.
The entire time.
And jet airplanes. All right.
Jet airplanes. Yes.
It is time, guys. Yes. We have some news to cover. Are we ready?
Please.
There's some big news. That yesterday was a big Nintendo Direct. Right?
Yes, that is correct, Nick.
All right.
You want to talk about that?
I don't. I didn't actually get
No, I don't. There was a Nintendo Direct, and I don't want to talk about it.
So, Nick, they announced Super Mario Maker 2. Not a huge surprise. What's up?
What's great about this is now you can do inclined slopes.
That is true.
You couldn't do that in the first one?
I know, right? A lot of quality of life stuff in here.
So don't get me wrong. If you enjoyed the first one, this one is going to be better. Not my cup of tea, so I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the Little Big Planet of Mario games.
Let's move on. Super Smash Ultimate 3.0 update, whatever.
So does that include like new characters or something?
It includes a decent amount.
Yeah. Well, Piranha Plant already came out.
Piranha Plant, Joker's coming out from Persona.
Month, I think. Yeah.
Some other stuff.
So anyway. No new characters we didn't know existed.
No surprises.
No, gotcha.
They announced Box Boy and Box Girl.
Box Boy plus Box Girl.
Yeah, plus Box Girl. It's a puzzle game with boxes. It looks kind of interesting.
Puzzle game with boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over 270 stages. Captain Toad.
Not a lot to go on there.
That sounds Marvel cool. Ultimate Alliance.
It's still
3.
the same Captain Toad treasure tracker.
It is.
Wow. Marvel Ultimate Alliance looks dope. Fuck you guys.
Okay, sure. Link's Awakening.
All right, big one.
Remake.
Stop the presses.
The biggie.
This was obviously the big takeaway from this Nintendo Direct. They're remaking Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Correct.
Which is a big deal.
Originally a Game Boy game.
Game Boy game.
Not even Game Boy Color.
So as someone I have personally never touched or even seen this game.
I have it right there. Do you want to play it?
I would love to if I had the time.
I have it right there.
I will probably play it for the first time.
If I had the time, mister, I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly.
1 and 2 right now.
I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Just skip it.
You want me to stop replaying one game so I can replay another game?
Yes.
Because
it's a better game.
Says you. Anyways, talk to me for a second about Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
It's special. It's not like your typical Zelda game, right?
No, it is not.
what is it?
So I mean,
I know I'm coming from a place of ignorance here.
I don't want to spoil the game because that would be easy to do. It's very old. 25 years old.
Holy fuck!
It came out in '93.
Jesus, I was
7. It's a 25-year-old game. Fuck me.
There are children that are having children that were born after this game came out.
I hope there's no children having
children.
children.
Well, not children having children. People that were children who are now having children is what you meant to say. Not children having children.
Correct.
Let's clarify. Move on.
So this is an interesting game. It definitely... I don't know the best word for it, but it takes a lot... It's obscure to an extent. There's a lot of content in this game that you wouldn't normally see in a Zelda game. We talked about it before. There are chain chomps. There are Shy Guys. There are
fucking straight up Mario characters.
Yes, correct. There's a guy who kind of looks like not Mario. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played.
But
this
does
game.
it have like typical Zelda? Like is it still like a dungeon
crawler? No, it is
100%
a Zelda game. You are finding hook shots and ocarinas and swords and shields and going into dungeons and solving puzzles and pushing blocks and it's 100%
cutting
Zelda
grass.
Cutting grass. But
of course,
it is different than this was kind of the. I don't know. So there are similarities to Link's Awakening, which came out 2 years prior to this for the SNES.
You mean
sorry, Link Between Worlds. Sorry,
no.
Link to the Future.
God damn it, Link to the Past. God damn it.
Like,
it's a fucking long day.
They need to stop putting Link in the name of their games.
Sorry, yes. Link to the Past came out in 91.
Yes.
2 years later on the Game Boy, they released Link's Awakening. This game has a little more... This is kind of one of the first ones where you're kind of doing quests. Mm-hmm. Like, you'll talk to a villager and they'll want an item, and you have to find that item somewhere in the world and then return it to them and you'll get something. There's a decent amount of that. There are quest lines that, like, there's one particular quest line that is fairly long. You have to give one item to this person that will get an item to the next person. Like, there's a kind of a long overarching thing. There's fishing in this game.
What?
Yeah, there's fishing in this game.
Wait, but there's been
that's a
fishing in
staple,
lots of Zelda
though.
games.
Which games?
Ocarina of Time, for one.
Which came out in 98?
What?
Was there not fishing in Link's
Breath of the Wild?
Wake?
No.
God, I can't even...
Link...
I'm getting the names confused,
Link to the
too.
Past
Yeah.
did not have fishing in it.
No, it did not.
Gotcha.
This, I believe, is the first game that had it. There is jumping in this game. There is a physical jump button. There's a
and
button.
that is a feature that hasn't even really carried over.
No, it is not.
to
Don't get me
modern
wrong.
Zelda
You
games.
can't do it whenever you want. There is an item. There's a feather that you have to get that allows you to jump. Dude, this is a really unique game. And it
has a very distinct personality in the pantheon of Zelda games.
Definitely. I am 100% looking forward to it. I played it on the Game Boy. I played the re-release, the Link's Awakening DX, which is when they re-released it after the Game Boy Color came out, so it was in color. So it's better looking, really. I don't think they made too many other changes. But yes, I'm 100% looking forward to this game.
Big takeaway for me for watching this trailer is one,
the art style is really interesting.
It's very striking, very beautiful. I mean, it's kind of similar to how they approached A Link Between Worlds.
Mm-hmm. But so A Link Between Worlds, see, it was like an homage to A Link to the Past. Like, it wasn't exactly the same game. It was different. They changed a lot of it. This looks like it is literally just a remake of A Link's Awakening.
It looks like a lot of the actual original Zelda art.
Yeah, but with a similar like artistic styling as Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
But I think it looks beautiful. It's very vibrant.
Go back and watch.
I mean, it's not a. It's
like this one, like the shading they use. This kind of the lighting engine
I'm
seems
more
a little
referring
bit
to
different.
like the camera perspective and like.
So the camera perspective, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you look at like the way they use art assets,
it actually looks a little like Tunic.
Okay, so apparently Fatal Frame is correcting me. They added a lot for DX. I forgot about the color dungeon. Guys, it's been 25 years. Give me a break, man. Like I don't remember everything from 25 years ago. I was also like 8 when I first played it, so
a lot of jazz cabbage between now and
then. I didn't say I played it the day it came out.
Then 8 plus 25. Oh my God, he's in his
50s.
Yes. Math.
Sorry. Real quick. Visually, it's reminding me a little bit. Maybe it's because it's fresh in my mind. A little bit of Tunic.
Yes, I like
very vibrant.
The lighting engine and the shading and stuff do look very unique.
Looks good. Also, Zelda music is pretty familiar, and they use it over and over. Mm-hmm. But like the little remixes that we were here playing in the trailer for this, were fucking dope ass Zelda
No, it sounded great.
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great. I'm super excited for this.
We're all gonna buy this day one.
It's a fucking game I can play on my Switch. I'm gonna be there.
Let's talk about another big game. You know the one.
Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster?
Yeah, that's the one.
Astral Chain, is that what you're
Wait a minute. I do have a question about Assassin's
Hellblade
Creed
Senua's
3.
Sacrifice?
God, you're taking the thunder out of my 4-player minute.
Hang on. Just hang on.
4-player minute?
Assassin's Creed 3 Remake.
Yeah.
Remaster.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Will the multiplayer be there?
No.
God fucking damn it. Then what's the fucking point?
Wait. Do you know that for a fact?
I mean, why would they
It's a
put
safe
the
bet.
server infrastructure?
It's on the
for that?
Switch, Nick.
It's a
Well, I mean, it's coming out. On
It's
the Switch,
going to
but
have the Ballad of King Washington, and it's going to have the
It's
AC Liberation
It's the
content,
tyranny of King Washington.
tyranny-
Oh
the
my God,
Ballad of
fuck
King
yeah.
all of
Washington.
oh my god, you guys are fucking killing me.
Great, I love that.
You guys
What's
are
up, Nick?
fucking killing me.
Sorry, you wanted to talk about Fire Emblem 3 hours. 3 houses.
3 hours, 3 days, 3 doors.
Yeah. Deltarune, Yoshi's Crafted World.
No. Fire Emblem 3 Houses looks
No,
dope.
that game looks crazy.
That looks awesome. Somebody in chat earlier said that they turned Fire Emblem into Harry Potter, and that is what I'm fucking here for.
it looks pretty
Okay, I
intense.
didn't see this.
Oh,
So-
go watch
basically
the trailer. It
the whole
looks
conceit of the
intense.
trailer is that your character is an instructor at a military academy,
Yeah.
and there's 3 houses at the academy. You pick one of them, and they each have like their own thing, I guess. I don't know, but like, it's Fire Emblem.
So you choose from Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin because fuck Hufflepuff.
Pretty much. All right.
Wow, fuck you.
Let's move on.
Yeah, when did you become such a fucking monster?
So, Astral Chain,
Sorry, I got a little heated there for
according
a
to
second.
Chai.
The Platinum Games game.
Platinum Games is working on another game.
Astral Chain.
Guys, I'm getting worried because I'm starting to think that Platinum Games has 10 people working on all these projects, like each.
Yeah, it's great.
They have
No,
more than
it's
that.
not
Didn't we
correct.
find out they have like a ridiculous number of people there?
I'm starting to worry that like they're being spread too thin here. Like, do you think there's a chance that all of these games they're working on are going to come out
Like,
and
what,
all be
what do
great?
we know that they're working on right now? We know they're
Bayonetta
working
3,
on... Yeah.
Babylon's Fall, Astral Chain, and
There's one more, right?
They're no longer doing Grand Blue.
no longer
Oh,
doing
that's
Grand
right.
Blue.
That's right.
That was
that's the one I was thinking of.
There was a fourth one. I swear to God, wasn't there a fourth one?
Well, wasn't there like Kamiya's working on a game, but we don't know what it is?
Maybe.
I thought Kamiya was working on Bayonetta 3.
I thought he was just working on an API to automatically block people on Twitter.
Yeah, right.
No, that's his primary project. Yeah.
Deputy Dangle does point out a good point here. The lead
Fucking
game
block
designer of
me.
Nier Automata is directing this Astral Chain
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So the game director is the dude who led Automata.
Has a really nice cell shading style.
Apparently, Kamiya is like involved in a supervisory capacity.
Yeah.
Also, that's a good point. This was not in my doc today when I was putting this together, but Deputy Dangle brings it up because it is kind of breaking news. But the director of Bayonetta 3 announced his departure from Platinum today. I'm wondering if that means that was a move that he made after his work ended on Bayonetta 3, or if this is like if he still had an active role on it. Who knows? But he has left the company.
I
Yes,
feel like if the game-
Yusuke Hashimoto is his name.
as the director, if he's leaving, supposedly when his work is complete, then that means the game is very close to release. So
That could be
it's
true.
probably nowhere near.
Yeah.
They've probably just switched directors and they're still well in development.
Maybe.
So-
I mean, I'm pretty sure Bayonetta 3 is coming out fairly soon, like this year for sure.
I mean, they announced it last year. They announced it with a cinematic trailer that was like 30 seconds long. So
I bet it's coming out this year. We'll see what happens. Sorry. Anyways, moving on.
maybe.
Anything else about Astral Chain that we know other than
You play
it
as a
looks
lady
like-
cop?
Well, you play as a guy or a lady. It's like
Correct.
A co-op.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a co-op.
I've
like,
seen screenshots of both.
action game.
Wait, it's
Yeah,
co-op?
Yeah,
watch
it's a dude and a chick, and they're both these cops in some kind of weird future where they do like Super Sentai transformations and turn into these like Iron Man things, and they fly around and fight things like a Platinum Games action game.
Okay, I didn't realize
And
this.
apparently
I'm on board.
they were teasing that it's like a co-op.
Correct.
thing. Yeah,
I'm on board.
yeah.
We'll see.
I am
It
less
looks
on
kinda
board
crazy.
now, but
Of course you are.
Well, because it's co-op?
Nick hates people, guys.
It's a fact.
it's
bruh,
mech
come on.
things
I
and
will-
it's co-op.
I will
Yeah,
also
probably
say-
not
You
super
hate
on board.
mech things?
It's not. I say it's not.
I didn't.
Don't get hung up on the word mech. It's an action game.
Correct.
It's a character action game. They're
Correct.
just wearing suits that kind of look mech.
I'm not writing it off entirely. I'm just saying maybe I'm less interested. I want them to release one of the games that they've made that they're working on now, so I can and see that it's doing good and feel like maybe this is okay. They're being split in so many different directions. It's kind of weird. You don't see many studios working on 4 games at a time.
There's plenty of studios.
I don't think you know that.
Announced games.
Okay.
Like usually they have multiple things going on in the backseat because that way you can say we have 4 games in development, but only 5 people are working on it.
My assumption is similar to what Chris Davis said, is that some of those are pretty close to wrapping up. Yeah. And so they're having a fewer number of people polishing them, finalizing them, working out bugs, while the other people have moved on.
I know, I get that. I get it. It's just strange because you don't see many studios who announce, or you see like trailers and names of projects that are actually in development, none of which have solid release dates, where you have like 3 or 4 of them at a time.
I think you're trying to sow distrust in Platinum Games. I think you are shorting their stock or something.
They are not.
Are you trying to pull down Platinum Games so you can make a ton of money in the Japanese stock market?
Exactly. What I'm saying is that Platinum Games, while is a studio that I love, has not they have made games that have been less than perfect or less than great.
Well, how dare they?
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, why are we assuming that all these games that we're excited about, all these Platinum games?
The reason why we're excited about it is because we watched the trailer for it and it looked awesome.
I mean, isn't this coming out in August, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's coming up.
So yeah, keep in mind that most games that are announced on the market are released within 6 months of that announcement. So at
Babylon's Fall was announced. Was that last E3?
And what was that trailer?
It was not.
That was a project announcement.
I don't even remember.
This was gameplay and like a full-on release date.
Plus, Bayonetta 2 is also like they're saying they're working on another Bayonetta, and they've shown us some like screenshots or something.
Like 4 years ago, we got an announcement for Kingdom Hearts 3.
We don't even know what Bayonetta's hair is like. In Bayonetta
Who gives
3
a shit?
She's bald.
I will fight you.
She's wearing her hair.
Don't worry, Nick. Quit being such a worrywart.
She's got a weave. Don't worry about it.
Is it going to be up in a top knot? Is she going to have a top knot?
She has a weave.
She's going to do pigtails this time.
What if it's an afro?
What if it is an afro?
Something tells me it won't be.
What if she gets a perm?
But she like pulled her guns and her weapons out of her
Hey, I'm not saying it wouldn't be great. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to happen.
What if she's bald?
I already said that.
Right. That would be the ultimate like rock bottom moment for that character too. Like all of her magic revolves around her hair.
Ago.
That's true.
We just don't like it when you say things.
I know.
Beta is undergoing chemo.
Oh Jesus!
No,
Christ,
why'd you take it there?
What is wrong with
dark
you?
Turn, dark unexpected turn. All right, is there what else came out of that?
Final Fantasy 7 and 9 coming on the Switch.
Why did they
not 8?
Not 8.
Not 8.
Because 8 turned 20 like a few days ago, and fuck 8.
Yeah, they don't want to steal Fire Emblem's thunder.
Fire Emblem's fire.
Yeah,
dude.
8 came out on Steam 5 years ago.
Final Fantasy 8.
What is the reason for this?
Final Fantasy 8 had its 20th anniversary, and no Square Enix account said anything about it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Isn't this the second time they've done like ports of like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 and then skipped 8?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that shit?
There's got to be a reason.
They're horrible people.
It can't be a technical like.
Are they pretending like it doesn't exist? Like,
was there like a regional scandal in Japan with that game or something that we don't know about?
I mean,
the CEO couldn't beat it when he was a kid, and so now he just has a grudge. No. So he's like, "Don't do that game."
They lost the source code.
They probably lost the source code. That's a possibility.
That's
a scary possibility.
And that was something they would never want to admit to.
Silent Hill 2, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Did they lose Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yeah. For the HD like re-release on PS3, they had to remake the entire game.
But how do you remake an entire game like that when you don't have the source code?
They took a retail copy with incomplete code, and then they just rebuilt it from what they had.
And they took frog DNA and plugged the holes.
Bam! Dino DNA.
Bam! Kingdom Hearts. Okay. Yeah, anyways. What else came out of that direct? Anything else?
That's it.
Yeah?
That's
kind of it?
No, there was...
So what wasn't there that we were kind of hoping
Crispy?
Still no Metroid Prime Collection.
Tell me something I don't care about.
That would be the big thing of E3, though.
Still no Pikmin 4.
We did.
Oh, there was Rune Factory stuff. There was Dragon Quest 11.
Oh, Dragon Quest 2.
And Dragon Quest Builders
So Dragon
2.
Quest 11 on the Switch. It doesn't look like it's running that great. And then Dragon Quest Builders 2.
But I hear that for 11, it's getting like a retro graphics option. and it's getting the orchestral soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Well, what they're probably doing is taking that DS version of that never came out in the States and applying that so you can just switch between
That would
the
be
two.
interesting.
Would be interesting. But like, what else wasn't there? Animal Crossing didn't make an appearance. Everyone's kind of assuming Animal Crossing is going to be this year's big E3 game.
Yeah, that'd probably.
But still, I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet.
Luigi's Mansion. We didn't hear anything.
Yeah, no Luigi's Mansion. That's kind of a bummer.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like
No Pokemon.
It is not surprising that we didn't hear about stuff just because of the fact that Nintendo does their directs more frequently.
Yeah,
and
they
so
do
they
like
just
3 or 4
they're not
years,
going to
so.
announce everything every time they have a Nintendo Direct.
Oh, there
they're
we
just
go.
announcing small subsets of stuff.
Oh, here's a
Bloodstained has a release date.
Bloodstained has a.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Release
that.
window.
Was that
Yeah.
announced during the Direct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, so that's coming. What is it? Summer 2019.
June.
I guess.
that, yeah.
I guess anyone who was kind of hoping they would take more time to kind of like redo the visual style for the game between now and release
that was
is
never
kind of.
going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, people had hopes because of what is it? Was it Way Forward
Yes.
came on board? But yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But hey, it's got a release date, which means we'll be playing it soon and talking about it. So we'll revisit that later. All right, so that covers the Nintendo Direct. The other big piece of news, which was announced this morning, and we just rewatched the trailer for it during the break, is of course they announced a sequel to Hollow Knight called Silksong.
Silksong.
Which is cool. So they've been cranking out DLC for Hollow Knight for a while. They've done like 3 or 4 DLCs, I think, up until this point. And this one just kind of became so big, they ended up turning it into its own fully fleshed out game.
Yes.
Like, we're talking like the same amount of meat that you had on the original Hollow Knight. A whole new world, like you're going to, like, or a whole new area. You're not like revisiting areas from Hollow Knight 1.
Correct.
You're playing as Hornet, which is one of the recurring characters from Hollow Knight 1. And her moveset looks like way more fast-paced and like
Well, it looks
floaty
like
and,
it looks like the moveset of Hornet from Hollow Knight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but like when you translate that into actual gameplay, like you're like kind of like moving all over the screen. You have like the silk whips like, and everything flying around. It looks fucking cool.
Some of the enemy designs look pretty interesting. There was that one boss that was like a giant fucking not like mantis, but a giant beetle in the background.
Yeah.
There's some pretty cool looking stuff in it.
And Chris Davis pointed out, it looks like maybe they kind of like
Pulled in the camera just a little
it
bit.
looks like
a
it's a little bit
Get a
closer.
little bit more focus.
It looks fucking beautiful.
beautiful.
I cannot wait.
I can't
to
wait
play
to
this.
download the soundtrack
And
listen to it over and over and over.
Oh my god, that game is so fucking good.
And there seem to be a good number of NPCs you can interact with.
There
Oh,
always
there are
there was more in the
were.
original
Yeah.
game. Yeah,
There's
there's
tons
a lot.
of there's
Because
a
when I was editing those videos, like I guess I was only watching like a lot of combat.
The problem is, Chris Davis, the footage you saw probably was us who had either beaten the game already or whatever. A lot of the NPCs you interact with are pretty spread throughout the world. They're shopkeepers, they're just kind of quest givers and stuff, and you don't go to them that often.
Okay.
There's one major
guy?
town and like a kind of a smaller area, but you don't really go to them too often. It does seem like this game will have more towns,
Yeah.
and there may be more people in those towns.
But it is,
or
but,
more, bugs.
but Hollow Knight in general definitely has lots of like NPC characters that you run into in
there's,
the world.
There's a charms that they were that you can put on yourself that makes yourself smelly. And enemies it'll like poison them or whatever, and there's certain people who won't talk to you if you have that on. The game is delightful.
Nice.
Delightful.
game is so oh my god,
All right.
fucking good.
All right.
There's not really much more to say about that. I don't think it has a release date yet, but I'm sure it's coming this year.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, fucking Hollow Knight Silksong, so dope. So happy that's happening.
A lot to talk about in the community.
It's coming out on Switch and PC originally, and then I think it's coming to PS4 later. Did Hollow Knight ever come out to Xbox One? Or is it just PS4, PC, and Switch?
I do not know that because I do not own garbage consoles.
Oh, Jesus
Wow.
Christ. Nolan, shots fired.
All
Alright, anyways. I think that's it for news, right? Never forget anything? Alright, so...
Activision...
we need to discuss
why do I have not words? Activision...
Activision laid off.
Oh, God, I forgot.
Activision / words.
You guys,
Blizzard. Thank you.
Massive
Blizzard. Jesus
layoffs
Christ.
at Activision and Blizzard. Thank you for reminding me. This wasn't on the doc. I don't have an overlay
Yeah,
for
I know.
it.
That's
but
fine. That's a big deal.
it's a big fucking deal.
Like over 800 people.
Yes.
And like on the
Laid
same
off?
day, they had an earnings call and they were talking about their profits. Like,
Yeah, they're
Record profits.
Record profits. Let's fire a shit ton
that's
of
in
people.
poor taste. It's like, let's just be upfront. Like, don't have an earnings call and talk about how good you're doing on the same day you fucking fired. How many people? 800?
800.
It was like what was it, 8% of
their don't get me wrong, I heard, a lot of what they fired wasn't necessarily just developers. It was
it was personnel that were on projects that weren't on
people on
esports divisions
that
weren't ready.
Correct.
Esports divisions got hit really hard. The publishing division got hit really hard.
Yeah.
But like apparently it was across a lot of the King developers got fired.
That's a big deal.
Fucked, man. I mean, like, these things happen. We hear about this kind of stuff a lot, but this one seems pretty big. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. It's a lot of people, and it's from a studio you thought would never have any kind of layoffs.
Well, it's not that we didn't think everyone has layoffs, but the fact layoffs on this scale, especially after having so good of a year and an earning quarter, like All right. Anyway,
it's unfortunate.
It's really fucked up.
Of course,
companies aren't your friends.
I hate how often we have to say this. I hope everybody lands on their feet.
That's always been the great thing about these terrible layoffs is that everybody at all these other studios come out in droves and say, "Hey, we are hiring."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
That is a good part.
Yeah. So I'm sure most people will land on their feet. It's really unfortunate.
There was one story of a guy who was laid off, who was in the United States on contingency that he was employed.
Oh.
And because he got laid off, he's got 60 days to find a job, or he gets deported.
Chris Davis, that's actually a very common thing that happens.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably...
Still, though.
I think that happened last time we were talking about layoffs with somebody else,
I've worked with many people that
But in this industry, it can take you like months, 3, 4, 5 months to get a decent,
Chris Davis,
tolerable job.
You know what you do in the meantime? Just get a shitty job.
Yeah,
and I know that's a shitty thing.
That's not a thing because you have to get a job in the industry.
I guess you have to get a job that will
working at McDonald's is not
sponsor your visa is what it is.
Like, well, it's not even just that too. Like if you come you like declare what your career is, like what your skill set is, and you have to be working in that field. You can't just go get a job at McDonald's and they'll honor your work visa.
Yeah. But apparently, it's people in chat are saying that dude got a lot of job offers already.
That's
people
good.
Across the industry, probably because of specifically of his situation. So that's awesome news. So yeah, really, really shitty. We'll probably talk more about it once we see more details kind of trickle out about this. It's a big layoff, so there's bound to be lots of stuff coming up about it. So we'll probably visit it on a future show. And I'm sure Brad will have some stuff he wants to say about it as well. It does fucking suck. Yeah. So, of course, we hope everyone lands on their feet. But now we need to move on to community. All right. Then I'm going to just really quickly. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have a new supporter spotlight, which is that we randomly pick either a Twitch subscriber or a supporter on Patreon. And we send them a questionnaire and it gives them an opportunity to kind of introduce themselves to the community, tell us a little bit about themselves, answer some questions about their favorite games, their favorite gaming memories, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. It's just an opportunity to give them a platform. This month, our supporter spotlight is Illumination83. I believe she's in chat, or she was a little while ago. And I'm going to be reading these over the course of the month. So I got about 8 or 9 questions here. So I'm going to do a couple today, and then we'll move on. So I'm going to make this quick since we have a lot of Patreon questions tonight. So just kind of get...
But make it special. This is supporter of the month.
The first few questions are introductory questions. So first question we always ask is, what is your name? Where are you from? And
who was your daddy?
Illumination has chosen not to reveal her name. But she says, only a few know my actual name. However, I am not revealing it. I was born and raised in New York City.
New York
City!
Get a rope.
What?
That's what the commercial
That's how the commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. All right, so yeah, Illumination is from New York City, born and raised. Not going to reveal her name. Although she does give us some insight into what her name might be in the next question, which is, what is the origin of your chat name? Like I said, Illumination83. She says, ironically, it has something to do with my birth name, which means brilliant light. The 83 is the year
Kingdom
I was born,
Hearts?
The best generation. So I don't know. I don't know how to say brilliant light in any other languages.
What?
But now we can speculate.
83 was the year she was born?
Yes, 83 is the year she was born.
She's older than me.
She's older than us by just a little.
I always assumed Illum was like 19, 12.
It's weird, like, from our perspective.
I guess 83 in her name. Like...
Just kidding, Illum. I don't pay attention to numbers in people's names.
We have a lot of people in chat, and I always assume that they're like, younger than me, and then I meet some people in person, and I'm like, oh, you're older than me.
I'm just
Weird.
kidding, Illum. But Chris Davis, so many people have like, Jizzman42069.
Yeah.
Like, I don't assume that those numbers mean anything.
69.
Contrary to popular belief, Nolan. Contrary to popular belief, Nolan, that screen name does actually tell you a lot about that person.
Does it?
Yes. And her, question number 3 was, what is an interesting fact about yourself that the community might find interesting or funny? She says,
it has to be interesting.
Or funny.
Well, I don't know. She says, I used to work at a radio station as a control board operator.
Oh. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. I don't know what a control board operator is.
Of course you don't.
Like the call board?
Oh, like taking calls and stuff for like and plugging them through to like radio talk shows and stuff?
No,
working the soundboard.
Working the soundboard.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like working on the big.
That's the soundboard. She said control board. How many boards are in a radio station?
At least 2.
Are you asking me? Are you quizzing me?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. You're looking right at me, so I.
Who else is he gonna look at?
She goes on to say, I sang on a choir in college, and I met Winslow from Ghostbusters at a sci-fi convention.
Nice.
Winslow.
Winston.
Winston's at
That's what I thought.
What
Winston.
was his name? Carl.
You just knocked it out of my head. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I knew you would know. Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson.
Ha! I got it.
Illumination in chat says, I manned the station, made sure it stayed on the air. It had 6 stations in my building. That's pretty cool. That seems like a lot of responsibility. That seems stressful.
Winston Zeddemore. He's fucking cool.
His last name's Zeddemore?
Illumination, don't.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know his last name was Zeddemore?
I did not. No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Nolan!
Illumination in chat says, well, she says she messed up. Don't admit to messing up. We'll just say you're. She typed it in Microsoft Word, which we all know sucks.
That is true.
I'll just say it was an autocorrect.
I like how you're just saying you're going to say that, but then you're not saying that. What?
Yes, I will say that now.
It was an autocorrect.
Let's move on.
So yeah, I'll just kind of leave it there. We'll read next week. We will read her top 5 games of all time.
Fuck yeah.
Which is always a fun one to go over. So congratulations, Illumination. Thank you for sending me your responses. We will hear more from you on the next show. Nolan, let's get to those fucking sweet Patreon questions.
We got Patreon questions and we got supporter questions.
We got
from
Patreon questions coming out the ass this week.
We got a lot. Umos. Sorry. Let me. No new patrons this week. That's all right. We love everyone. Umos asks, are too many games?
Holy shit!
Thank you for subscribing. I'm gonna turn
the
that down real quick.
ruckus.
Are too many games asking to be too large of a commitment? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Like when I finished Resident Evil. When I finished Kingdom Hearts 3 at 30 hours, I was like, thank God this was not like an 80-hour
I feel like 30
game.
hours is like the perfect kind of time for...
But think about that, Nick. 30 hours, games used to be like 10 hours.
Well, I know, but I mean for like an RPG.
No, I know. Like, but that's what I'm like honestly, like I've been trying to avoid those bigger games that are like, 60, 70, 80, 90
it sucks for me because the games that I tend to be most interested in also just happen to be games that tend to lean towards like open world designs.
And that's fine.
Which kind of sucks.
I don't have a problem with the games that want you to have an 80-hour experience in the story. I have a problem with the games that have an 80-hour experience and then they want to do a games as a service expansion a year and a half later that adds an additional 20 or 30 hours. I don't want to play these RPGs that have me playing for a year and a half.
Yeah, well, then you don't. You play what's available at release. The thing is, like, I mentioned this a few weeks ago about Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I'm just saying,
like, as much as I love Assassin's Creed, and I sunk 80 hours, I love that game. Like, that game had a bloat problem, like a serious bloat problem. I felt like I played the game for 200 hours. Sure. Not only that, as Assassin's Creed Odyssey, as someone who loves open world games, I fucking love open world games. That world is too fucking big. I shit you not. You could cut that world in half, and I think it would probably still be too big.
Or rather, the game doesn't justify the size of the world.
Absolutely.
Like the mechanics and the gameplay.
If this was Black Flag and it was the first time we were ever experiencing like the ship combat and like the naval stuff, like maybe it would justify it, but we've done it before.
Well, so the question is, are too many games asking for too much of a time commitment? I'm going to say no. There are a lot of games that are a huge time commitment if you want to get like the full experience out of them. But I don't think the reaction to that should be to tell the industry to make smaller games, because it's not like we don't have a plethora of smaller games. The most popular games in the world right now, like fucking Apex Legends is a 15-minute experience. Yeah. That you can have over and over again for 1 billion years.
The problem I'd say with that argument is that we always see, games constantly being released at bad times and being sent out to die, and it's because so many games are asking for such a huge time commitment from players that most players can't keep up.
Okay,
so like you send one game out to die because people aren't done playing the last game.
But here's the thing, man. You're right from like a business standpoint.
I did say we have to go
guess
quick because this is the first question.
No, I know, but like this is important. Like what you're saying makes sense from like our point of view and from a business point of view, because we're all about the cutting edge. We're all about like what's coming up next week, next month, next year. As far as like these games existing and being released, like not everybody plays like that, and it's not really like I don't see that as like an argument. It's an argument if you are committed to playing whatever the game of the month is, but not everybody plays like that, you know? So I think there's a lot of great smaller experiences that are coming out from both the AAA and the indie side, and there's a lot of great larger commitments. Like we're getting a lot of game styles now that have a very amorphousness to them, where you can either play them a little bit or you can play them like forever, you know? I don't know. I think it's frustrating for sure. Like I think there's a lot of stuff we all want to play that's huge.
Yeah. Krispy, that's not the way I lent. The way I lent when I was thinking about this question is that I think a lot of the times more recently I've been seeing people say, "Oh, I bought this game. It was only 12 hours. That was short, and I paid $60 for it."
Sure.
And so I think
changing the perception.
Well, yeah. So I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to get my money's worth." Sure. And so when I was talking with some coworkers about Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. That was like a 20-hour game for $40. That game was more than worth its value. But I think I talked to a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, it's $40. I'm going to wait for it to go a little bit lower in price."
That makes a lot of sense, and is a completely different issue.
No, I agree. But that's what I'm saying. That's kind of where my brain went.
There's too many.
And a lot of the times recently, I've been hearing a lot of people complain that a game is too short. Like, I don't feel like I got my money's worth.
But also, I think a game like Kingdom Hearts...
But that is based less on, like, their time input and more on their, like, money input.
And I think this question is also kind of pointed more... It's less at games like Kingdom Hearts 3 where it's, like, 30 hours, and more at all the games that are, like, 60 to 80 hours long, which I think there's more common. I think 30 hours is actually kind of a perfect...
All right, we got to move on. We have so many other questions. All right, Fuzzy Turd. I've always had an interest in Resident Evil, so I was quite excited when I got Operation Raccoon City for my birthday one year. Fuck you to whoever got me that game, by the way. Anyway, I decided to give the series another chance with Resident Evil 2 Remake.
It was his mom.
Yeah. I am in love with it. I already purchased 1 through 4 to play when I get a chance.
Awesome.
2. So, my question is, what is your best man, I could really use a poop knife right about now story?
Oh, let's take a left turn.
Yeah,
what?
I did.
I don't think we have time for poop.
No, next question.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're enjoying Resident Evil.
Yep. Nexus. What's a media property you're surprised hasn't been adapted for TV and or film yet? I think the Dragonlance series would make a great classic fantasy series, yet has been in production now for the better part of a decade.
Dragonlance is one of the classic D&D settings.
Yes.
And it is very Arthurian. It's very much like knights and castles and kings, and it's kind of built around a conflict. From what I understand, it's kind of built a lot around a conflict between like the lawful civilizations of like the humans and the chaotic civilizations of the elves and shit like that. But yeah, in this day and age, I would spin off of that to say, like, I think it's surprising that there isn't really a good, like, D&D movie or
there's a Dungeons
show.
and Dragons movie.
I said good. I'm sorry. I said good. I've seen that movie, and it's
Jeremy Irons is in that movie.
Jeremy Irons is in it. It's a terrible movie, but they do some things that are pretty faithful to like
Brandon Wayans.
The concepts.
Is that Brandon?
I don't. I remember Jeremy Irons as the evil.
One of the
Wayans.
That's one of the Wayans brothers.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers.
But they do some things in that movie that are kind of like faithful to the mechanics of D&D. For instance, like the hero of the story is a rogue, and like the he saves the day by like using a magic scepter by like just kind of like winging it, which is like a huge like mechanical thing that the rogues can. They're like the only non-magic caster that can like activate magic items and shit like that. So like there's little things like that if you know the game, you're kind of like, oh, that's kind of spectacle, but like the movie is fucking terrible. Like it is terrible. It's really bad. And there are so many amazing like officially licensed like D&D worlds. Like I would love to see like a fucking like an anime set in Eberron or something like that. That would be fucking incredible. Isn't
that what Record of Lodoss War was? Wasn't that based on a D&D session? Like
was it? It might have.
I'm fairly certain.
I think it was, but I think it was an original setting that guy made.
Yeah, I think so.
For his D&D games. It wasn't like he was using official like campaign settings.
To bring it back around to the original question about like what games are we surprised haven't been made into, you know, I think this industry has
media properties.
Yeah.
The thing is, this industry has a tendency to pick really weird, unexpected things to convert to like movies and TV shows and whatnot. Like I never would have guessed there'd be a Castlevania anime on Netflix. I never would have guessed that they would make a fucking oh god, what's the most random shit?
Blood Rain.
But then I start thinking about like things that like oh, I'm surprised they haven't made that yet. And then I think just a little bit harder. It's like, oh, they actually have tried. I was like, I'm surprised with the popularity of Far Cry, they haven't made that yet. But then again, Ubol did that and turned it into a shit show.
If you're not counting like video game properties, then
Uwe.
I'm surprised I haven't seen like something like Mass Effect. Like that like story in those games were really
Mass
big
Effect
for a
would be
while.
good one.
I'm surprised. I think you could easily do a pretty good Mass Effect
also,
movie.
I think we see a lot of games being turned into movies, but because you think about games that are so traditionally like longer, like we just talked about, like longer experiences, I feel like so many of these would be better picks for like
TV shows.
Oh
yeah, 100%.
Like they made it
or miniseries.
Miniseries.
They made an Assassin's Creed movie. I think that Assassin's Creed would have been amazing as like a 6-episode miniseries.
Do you remember when Nick thought I broke his Assassin's Creed Blu-ray?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You dick. You dick.
I would suggest. I'm really surprised that Warhammer has never gotten any some kind.
I could see it.
That is, yeah, that's an excellent
or
point
Battletech as well.
Warhammer's kind of weird though.
It is.
There's some baggage.
They're doing weird shit like this Monster Hunter movie.
We need to move on. J Press, do you think Microsoft's purchasing of Obsidian was driven by the fact that 2K's is the publisher behind The Outer Worlds? Hence, it will be multi-platform and subject to a much larger audience for an original IP. Continuing on that question, do you think the future releases of that franchise could stay multi-platform with Microsoft's innovative to, quote, play games anywhere? And do you think The Outer Worlds will be released on Game Pass day and date with release?
I think
that's a lot.
I think Outer Worlds is probably their last multi-platform project. I think
probably
if that is a successful game and it turns out to be sequel worthy, if you see a sequel, it'll be PC and Xbox One.
Probably.
Absolutely. Or whatever the current Xbox is. As far as the Game Pass question,
it really just depends on what Microsoft really wants to do with Xbox as a brand.
Well, I think it also depends on the deal that was made there. I'm sure Obsidian probably maybe had some stipulations going into this purchase saying like, hey, we have requirements on, hey, we're already creating this game, it's about done, we're not going to let you do this. I'm sure there was some of that going into it.
The thing is, like, and Deputy Dangle says it depends if it's Obsidian owns
correct, that's what I'm saying.
The Outer Worlds,
it depends on how those rights act, like, what happened when the purchase was made.
If 2K owns The Outer Worlds, then if we see a sequel to The Outer Worlds, it probably won't be made by Obsidian, now that Obsidian is owned by Microsoft, unless they're willing to let it be a Xbox exclusive,
or maybe just like a co-publishing deal.
It could really go anyway. I think the question is like too reliant upon whether Outer Worlds is successful at this point.
Yeah,
because like if it fails, who cares? Because it's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So we'll have to kind of wait and see how that pans out.
All right, Mr. Green Toast. With the recent news of lawmakers in Pennsylvania pushing, I forgot about this, pushing to make an extra 10% tax on any M-rated game to ensure, quote, ensure the safety for the kids.
Ensure.
What other dumb laws do you recall that either became real or almost real? Doesn't have to be limited to video game laws.
Oh God.
So if you haven't heard about this, it's a quote like a sin. It's a sin tax. So any game that's like ultra violent or like anything automatically has an M rating, there will be like a sin tax. Like, hey, this is a bad thing. 10% tax on it.
And as shitty as that is, this idea that would somehow prevent kids from buying it is ridiculous, because as much as it would suck, they'll pay it. They'll pay the tax.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. 99% of the people who buy the M-rated games are either adults or adults buying it for their kid, not really like caring.
Yeah.
When I worked in like video games, so often a parent would come in with their like 2-year-old, not too obviously, like 10, and they're like, I want to buy that game, and I'm like, you realize Grand Theft Auto is not a child's game? And they're like, it's fine.
Also, but like, they're banking on like having to pay extra as being like the deterrent here to either a child who wants to play the game so bad they're going to pay it, or a parent who, if they can't afford to pay the tax, that's not going to deter anybody.
Here's the thing: this isn't a thing about the value of money.
They want to make more money.
No, it's not about the money. This is a morality law that they're coming up with that
makes
them look good.
They're going to try to make games. They want them to make games less bad so they don't get hit with the tax.
Hang on, let's talk about this for a minute, because I think we're coming at this upside down. Like, I think we're coming at this backwards. They're definitely pushing this as like a morality thing, but like, let's be real. I think this is an idea to generate more tax revenue.
I don't.
Could be.
Strictly, I think they're selling it one way for points of this or that with whatever voting base they're trying. Yeah. But I think this is. I mean, if you look at it like if you look at a vector for raising tax contributions, video games make perfect sense because it's a completely like non-essential, completely like superfluous entertainment product that you like nobody's making you buy, nobody's like making you do anything. And if
why is there not a tax on porn?
Huh?
Why is there not a tax on porn then?
There are
taxes on porn.
Wait, there is?
Yes.
Yeah, there are. Absolutely. Here's the thing. Taxing something to regulate it is like completely different than just like banning it outright and censoring it, you know?
Yep.
The thing is, though, that I would say to that is that choosing violent video games is not a fiscally good idea to focus on, because unlike alcohol sales or tobacco sales, things like that, where you can guarantee revenue coming in over time constantly, video game sales vary by release date and availability and quality of title. There's a ton of different factors that factor into whether a game is going to sell well.
Yeah, but they're not thinking about that.
Yeah. But you're talking about like one individual game releasing and having a strong launch for the NPDs versus like people buying that game and being taxed by the state to generate revenue. Like, people are still buying this game. Whether or not Activision thinks enough people are buying the game doesn't mean a shit ton of people aren't buying whatever they're putting out whenever they are during the year.
And also the people making the law.
And all of those purchases are putting money in the state's coffer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, what I'm saying is that say you have like 5 M-rated games that come out in a year, and they sell 1 million copies each. Okay. But you're
also assuming that they don't have syntaxes on those other things already.
I mean, this is specifically for the M rating. I'm just saying.
We are.
I know.
General,
what I'm.
That's whole.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like, I think video gamers are getting like defensive about this because they think they're being attacked, and because we all remember the Jack Thompson days, and like we're just never going to be able to get over that. But like, I think it's just like buying cigarettes or buying alcohol or whatever. Like, yeah, you're going to pay more in tax because it's a superfluous purchase, and tax revenue's got to come from something, right?
Yeah.
So, whatever.
I think they'd earn more money.
I think
just focus on...
it's 11:40 and we have several more questions.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's move.
Robbie J, what IP would you most like to see a different genre spinoff for?
That's been asked several times.
Yeah,
Titanfall as a battle royale, but with fucking Titans. Next question.
Let's skip that one. Zero
Sorry,
Skies. What was a gaming wish of yours that came true, but it turned out to be a monkey's paw?
Titanfall as a battle royale, but without Titans. Next question.
Wait, who asked this question?
Zero Skies. That's actually a good question, and I definitely think there have been some games like that.
I have another serious answer to that question, too.
that?
Star Trek Online.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Because I followed the production of Star Trek Online for years before it came out, and I was so fucking excited about that game. And it had a really like troubled development cycle, and it changed hands at least once, maybe twice, up until launch. And then the game that ended up launching was just like this bare bones, like bullshit MMO whatever that ended up becoming free to play within a year. premiere, and it was nothing like what the original studio was trying to make with Star Trek Online, which sounded, quite frankly, impossible but incredible.
My dreams don't come true. They just get announced and then canceled before they actually happen. So I don't think that qualifies as a monkey's paw.
I'm having trouble thinking of some.
Like, I'm thinking of like Star Wars 1313 looked fucking amazing. Got
Operation
canceled.
Raccoon City is one I would give points to, though.
That's something that you were probably excited for. I was instantly
I think
turned
that was
off
such
by
an
that.
interesting concept because it's like it's a 360 generation exploration of Raccoon City in which you're going around exploring this city that's. It's Resident Evil. It could be very interesting, and it turned out to be a very terrible cooperative
Very
shooter.
not interesting. You're right.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Next question.
So that's all the questions from patrons. We're going to move on to questions from our supporters.
Okay.
Should I ask that first one, Nick?
Is that the one about the ass?
No, it's about the music.
Oh. Disregard that question then. Where?
Chai's question about music.
Oh. No.
I mean,
Don't read Kendon's question.
do people do that?
There's too many weird questions. Valentine's Day brings out weird questions in people.
What?
All right, let's move on to Thorax's question. Chris Davis.
Oh, no.
You find yourself stuck in a Groundhog's Day situation, living the same day over and over again.
Oh, God.
Instead of being depressed about it, you take this opportunity to take out your fellow co-hosts in creative and Hitman-style assassinations. What would be said assassin? What would it said? What? This is
How would you
weirdly worded.
assassinate us?
How would
What
you?
is that?
How would
What
I
would said
assassinate y'all?
assassination?
What would be said assassinations look like? That's why I had trouble reading that. The B shouldn't be there.
Well, the best assassinations in a Hitman game,
No, that wasn't the question. The question was
I'm preferencing. Okay.
no preface, no time. 11:40.
Well, Brad would have to be killed by Henry.
Okay.
Somehow.
It's somehow.
Wait, you would use a baby as a weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
Because why not? If
Weapon-
I've got Hitman rules, then I'm going to do
Coat
that.
the baby in poison, and then when he picks up the baby,
Ha-ha! It worked.
but the baby's fine.
But the baby is definitely fine.
It's not
There
poison
would
that
be
hurts
some kind of
babies.
Ghostbusters-related death for Chris.
Like,
Oh, you would electrify him.
There's like a trap.
You would
Like
you
a
would wire his fake proton pack to
Yes,
electrocute
there we
him
go,
every time you
there
put
we
it
go.
on. Oh,
You would probably get killed.
power in that thing?
You get run over by Bevo.
what?
Run over by Bevo?
Okay.
Yes, you would
Trampled.
just get trampled.
When it's
I
a
mean,
bull, it's called
trampled to death.
trampling.
Bevo's a delightful and gentle creature, but
Except for a few
bulldog.
weeks ago,
the bulldog when he fucking tried
when
to
he
attack
tried
him.
to murder a bunch of fucking journalists.
Wait, what happened?
He was antagonized and prodded. That was not him.
What happened?
Maybe it's just not a great idea to
I'll look
bring
up-
along.
I'll show you a video after this.
Okay.
And Nick, I'm assuming it'd be something along the lines of you going to a metal concert. I don't know what it would be.
It would be like Nolan's, except at a metal concert.
I've
You get-
almost died at a metal
trampled in this
concert
mess.
several times, so probably just let me do my thing. It'll probably happen
yeah.
naturally.
I'll let time work
All
itself
right,
out.
let's move on. Question from Prince. With the announcement of the Hollow Knight sequel, it's got me thinking of the best games that were sequels or spin-offs that feature a side character from the original as the main character. For example, I thought it was really cool that Miles Edgeworth got his own spin-off game in the Phoenix Wright series. What was your favorite example of this happening? And if you can't think of the one, what side character from a video game do you think should deserve their own game?
Dude, fucking
Luigi's
Uncharted Lost Legacy
Luigi's
was
Mansion's
dope.
a good one.
Luigi's Mansion.
Uncharted Lost Legacy was good.
Luigi's Mansion was definitely a good one.
Yeah.
What else?
Does Left Behind count?
Yes, absolutely.
Left Behind
Yeah.
counts.
Left Behind was excellent.
Let's look at Nolan's game
I know,
collection.
I always
Everyone
look over-
turn to look at the
I always
shelf.
look over at my wall.
yeah.
There are games that exist because they were spin-offs that morphed into something else. Like Devil May Cry started as a Resident Evil.
Red Dead Redemption? I mean, I guess not a character spin-off, but I mean, that's definitely different from Red Dead Revolver. I'm fucking pulling shit out my ass, Nick. Because I don't have that many games over there on my shelf. Because most of my games are digital.
Everyone's watching it, just sees all of us staring off camera.
Most of my games are digital.
No,
I don't have too many
get
over
it.
on my wall. There definitely are some. I can't.
There's so many good ones.
Uh,
We don't need to have an answer for everything. This Uncharted Lost Legacy was dope.
Yeah, move on.
Like Luigi's
Oh,
Mansion
what about
was a
Metal
good
Gear Rising Revengeance?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I guess, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
But technically,
a nice, fun
Raiden
spin-off.
first spin off of Metal Gear Solid 2.
True, I suppose.
No,
Also a
that's
good
true.
game.
Yeah.
Also a good game.
What? I know there's some good ones, and
Why are we starting to cry over here?
the car and Need for Speed 2 got spun off.
All right, next question, if there is one.
Yeah.
No, could we think of it? Dirge
Somebody
of Cerberus.
said Dirge of Cerberus.
Hold on.
Dirge of Cerberus.
Conceptually, that was a good idea. That was interesting.
Nonsense, Nolan.
I've been meaning to replay that game.
Playing Vincent Valentine's not a bad idea.
The problem is, I tried to emulate it, and the emulators did not work, and I don't know what happened to my physical copy of that game. I one of these days I want to go back to it, and I know it was horrible. Can we think of any that deserve to have their own spinoff?
I can read one more question while you think about it.
I mean, I have that question in front of me too. I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of like some games we played recently.
There's no time to think. Why are we making these noises?
Hold on. I'm trying to my top 10 from last year. What was in my top 10? Because this is a good question.
They should make a spin-off of Hollow Knight where you play as what's her face
Hornet.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Someone tweeted.
Wait, was that the impetus
list
for this question?
No, kind of.
Yes, it was.
It actually
absolutely was. 100%.
I think Rebecca Chambers needs another game.
Rebecca Chambers.
Yeah.
Dude, well, who knows? Resident Evil 8 could star anybody.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't.
Resident Evil 8 could star. I'm hoping it's Sheva.
Sheva
That'd be
Alomar?
dope. That would be dope.
Okay.
I can't think of anything. Whatever.
All right, next.
This question's
Last question of the night.
final question
So
from
mean.
Tack. What are your favorite video game related fictions? Adaptations like Witcher and comic books don't count. I always thought the Halo novels were really good reads, especially
Fall of Reach.
the Fall
The
of
Eric
Reach.
Nguyen.
Yeah, because the Fall of Reach is a legitimately good book.
Yeah, Eric Nguyen's books in that series, the four of them: Fall of Reach, First Strike, Ghost of Onyx, one other, I forget what it's called. But yeah, those were the best.
I don't read.
All Halo
I was starting to
like
get bored
that.
with the whole thing by Ghosts of Onyx, but Fall of Reach and the one that takes place right after the first game is really good.
First Strike.
First Strike, yeah. Some of those Dragon Age books are pretty good.
I actually used to read. There was a series of Resident Evil novels. I can't attest to whether they were.
Perry.
Yes, S.D. Perry novels.
Yep.
I couldn't attest whether they were actually good or not. But back in the day when I was in like the midst of my like Resident Evil obsession when I was younger, they really hit the spot. I read like 6 of them.
Caliban Cove.
Caliban Cove was a big one. Yeah.
And none of these words mean anything to
The thing was, like, they did the original game, and then they
did-
didn't do one for two.
No,
actually.
they did. They did 1, 2.
But
Caliban Cove, Nemesis. I think they did one. I think they did Nemesis.
See, that's what I was going to say, because after a while, they just decided to focus on the fucking games.
Yeah.
So they did one for Nemesis, they did one for Code Veronica.
There's 2 originals and like 3 or 4 ones based on the games.
Oh,
And you know what?
yeah.
They're decent. They're not bad.
There's a StarCraft novel. The first StarCraft novel they did, it was called Wings of Liberty. No, it was like Liberty. It wasn't Wings of Liberty, but like
Wings of Liberty was the
No, I know. But there was a. Oh my god, I can't. I think it had Liberty in the title because it was a retelling of the events of the first StarCraft game. But it was told from the point of view of this character they made up for the book, whose name was like Danny Liberty, I think, and he was a reporter who was embedded with the Colonial Marines or whatever, and like shows the whole events of like the Zerg invasion and the Protoss and fucking Arcturus Minx rise to power and all that shit. And I think like the end of the book is at New Gettysburg and all that shit, and it was really cool. I really like that.
Also, shout out to the original Silent Hill movie. While it was not the most amazing film, it was actually, visually speaking, a very awesome like homage to the original game.
I remember trying to read the novelization of Metal Gear Solid,
How'd that go?
and Snake was a fucking murderer.
Wait, there was.
He was just killing dudes left.
Well, yeah,
and
Snake
fucking
kills
right.
people all the time.
No, he wasn't just sneaking through. He was killing everybody in a room.
I mean, that sounds about how I play Metal Gear Solid.
Like every page.
You're doing it wrong, Nolan.
Every page and a half was him making a neck snapping sound, and that was it.
Wonderful. Sounds like a wonderful adaptation.
What's wrong with you making neck snapping sound?
As long as you're not snapping necks. All right. That's it for questions, right?
That's it.
Thank you guys so much for your questions. If you want to ask us questions on future episodes of the show, all you have to do is support us somehow financially, whether it's on Patreon at patreon.com/4Player or on Twitch as a subscriber. We'd appreciate it. You can support us for as little as $1 on Patreon. We'd really appreciate it. And you get the opportunity to get involved with all of our podcasts. So check us out. Again, patreon.com/4Player. And without further ado, we're going to wrap up the show real quick, right, guys? With the 4-Player Minute.
Yes.
Hype,
definitely.
Sweat, thank you, and fuck you. Who's going first? Usually it's Brad, but Chris Davis is sitting in Brad's seat today.
So he should go first.
Are you going to go first, Chris Davis? Can you do
do
that?
I really have to? Okay.
You have to.
Just do it off the cuff. Fuck it.
My hype is for being able to play video games again.
That's always a good thing.
Because we are done with the Game of the Year stuff. All I have to do is finish the highlight video, and I'm done. I'm done. I can play video games. I haven't played Ace Combat 7. That came out last month. Metro comes out tomorrow. I need to play that game so bad.
Oh my god, dude, I completely forgot Metro even, I thought it was coming out in March or April.
Nope.
I thought I remember it being delayed.
Nope.
And then I was like, oh, I got an email from Amazon.
Artyom.
And then the next week is fucking Anthem, and then I gotta play the Civ 6 expansion. Fuck!
It's good to have
This
time.
is fuck-you-ary.
You're gonna play Anthem?
I've got some friends who are really into it. So,
Okay, cool.
All right.
yeah.
Moving right along.
Sweat, right?
Yep.
I guess my sweat is actually fitting in all this gaming time before I move. I move in 3 weeks up here to shorten my commute to work. And
You mean to this podcast?
well, both, yes. But yeah, just I want to get in as much as I can before I actually have to start really packing and move a lot of shit, because you don't realize how much shit you have until you have to pack it.
Yeah.
And I did about half of that last week, and oh my god.
And then you say, go fuck myself for amassing all of this shit.
No, not really fuck myself for amassing this much shit. Fuck myself for having to amass this much shit, in which I have to hire a moving company.
Yeah, dude, I hired a moving company last 3 moves I've done. I'll never go back. All right.
My thank you is to y'all for finally getting in your fucking Game of the Year stuff and letting me publish those videos.
You're welcome.
Oh my
You're very welcome,
God.
Chris Davis.
And I don't know. I'm not feeling rude. I'm not gonna give a fuck you out.
And what else you're hyped about then? Say something. I have another hype.
The Division beta. How about that? We'll do that.
Sure.
Perfect. No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Sure. Thank you, Chris Davis.
E3 registration. Well, there we go.
Oh,
There we go.
Whoa.
That's happening right now.
Yeah.
Well, I got my acceptance. I feel
I need my letter.
I'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead.
My 4-Player Masters now. My hype is for Link's Awakening remake. Very excited about that. It threw me for a loop. I did not see that coming, but I'm excited for it. My sweat is for Apex Legends. I don't like how much I enjoy playing that game because it's kind of a time sink, but it's fun. I think he was going to go to the community members who have been, squatting up with me and playing Apex Legends. I appreciate that. I hate playing by myself. And my fuck you is going to go to Nomura. You know what you did.
You know what you did.
He made Kingdom Hearts 3.
You were born.
Hey, you're talking about that game like it's some kind of trash fire.
They'll pay for
Who
this.
said that?
Chris Davis. He hasn't even played the damn game. He's talking about like it should be thrown out of a window.
There are aspects of it that kind of deserve it.
You know what? Go, Krispy.
My
Before
hype.
I say something I regret.
You'll regret it already. My hype is actually for all the big Nintendo Direct games. Fucking Fire Emblem, Daemon X Machina. I'm still hyped that that'll be a worthwhile experience. Fucking all the other stuff that I'm definitely remembering off the top of my head right now.
Like Zelda.
Yeah, that's what I said. That shit looks fucking awesome. My sweat is for Daemon X Machina. I hope that the experience shores up, but it doesn't seem like this demo was just a hey, try it out kind of demo, because one of the big things about it was that they were doing a survey associated with the demo. If you play the demo, you fill out a survey about how the game is and like maybe like improvements you'd like to see, and hopefully they'll take that to heart and use it to kind of like refine the gameplay experience. But we will see. My fuck you this week goes to Activision because hey, I mean, are they in their rights to fire 8% of their workforce? Absolutely, sure. But you know what? Companies aren't your friend anyway, so fuck them. Who cares? Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
And my thank you this week is actually just going to be another hype, a life hype. I started a new job on Monday. I just moved into a new house. I'm going to be making money finally.
Income.
And yeah, everything's looking up, but I'm feeling pretty good. So
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Congratulations, Krispy.
Thank you.
Very happy for you.
Thank you.
All right. My hype this week is actually for Metro Exodus, like I mentioned a minute ago. I completely forgot the game was even coming out anytime soon. I didn't think I had any new games coming out until mid-February or mid-March at the earliest, and then all of a sudden I got an email saying that Far Cry New Dawn and Metro Exodus are both arriving on my doorstep tomorrow.
You fool!
So I have time to play some stuff. I have some new stuff to play, which is exciting. The only new game I've played this year is Resident Evil 2, so I'm looking forward to playing something new and fresh. My sweat goes to E3. I did submit and get my approval. It feels a little underwhelming because of the whole Sony not being there thing. I'm hoping that maybe Microsoft uses that as like incentive to like really fucking go at it really hard and like, you know,
Microsoft
do something amazing.
10 brand new studios to show off.
I know,
games
and they fucking better bring it this year. Otherwise, E3 is gonna be kind of a wet fart.
A little bit.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all the third parties will show up in full force. I don't know.
Hellblade 2.
Think more of a juicy fart.
Yeah, juicy fart. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not even sure if I want to go this year. I mean, if I probably will, but I'm definitely not going for the full week if I go. I don't know.
He's going for the worst koosh.
I'm literally
That's
going
what
for
you
the
want.
food.
And now he's back.
I'm going to LA for the food and the smell.
What?
LA doesn't
No,
smell.
I know.
LA does not smell good.
I know.
Enjoy that delicious smog.
It smells terrible. All right, and my shame this week goes to the fact that I'm hyped
No.
for the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster.
Of course you
I
are.
don't even know why, but
I'm not disappointed that you're hyped. I'm disappointed that you're disappointed that you're hyped.
Thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be ashamed of myself, but I kind of am. I don't remember much about Assassin's Creed 3, but I remember loving the setting a lot. And if they can inject any of the quality of life improvements they've made to more recent Assassin's Creed games into
like
Assassin's Creed 3,
likable.
I mean, the character was maybe a little dull, but I never found him to be like terrible. I just found him to be not Ezio.
Okay.
Which is, not the end of the world. They've had plenty of like Edward Kenway in Black Flag was kind of forgettable.
Oh, I liked Edward Kenway way more than I liked Connor.
No, but
to me, they're both
right.
kind of on
they're
the
all
same.
pretty.
They're all. If it's not Ezio, for the most part, they're kind of forgettable. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited to play it again just because I think that game setting is amazing, and I would love to see it, HDified and maybe cleaned up, and maybe some quality of life improvements shoved in there. My fuck you the week goes to Nomura, mostly because all of his contributions to Kingdom Hearts are making it really hard to just enjoy the Disney aspects of Kingdom Hearts. Man, come on! What is this shit about?
The way you have made your game makes me not like it.
But here's the fucking problem: is I love the game. I love the act of playing the game. I even like anytime a Disney character is on screen, I'm so happy. Yeah. And then I'm talking to some hooded fucker from Organization 13. And I'm like, who are you? What are you talking about? What are these words? Like, why is this happening? It doesn't make any sense. And like, fuck you for that, man. Come on. They should have let Disney write the whole fucking thing, because then it would be simple, it'd be easy to understand, it'd be charming, it'd be fine.
It'd be charming. What does it mean to be Norded?
I'm not even there yet, Chris Davis.
Aqua got Norded, man.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that
Chris
means.
Davis, you need to understand
means.
something. Aqua got Norded.
Nobody knows what that means. Anyways,
Is Aqua
everybody shut up it is time to wrap up the show. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, reminder, if you'd like to support us, find us on Patreon at patreon.com/4Player. Of course, bookmark us. We're over at 4playernetwork.com. You can watch us stream live from our front page now. Check out our years in review page. I added a new staff page with a whole bunch of stuff. You can watch all of our top 10 videos from every year on both the years in review page and the staff page. Check them out. We'd appreciate it.
It's actually pretty cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I like it.
Also, Discord. If you're not in our Discord, we'd appreciate it. We'd love for you to jump in there. It's fun. You can come in there and talk to us about all kinds of weird, random shit, including video games. The staff's in there all the time. Other members of the community are in there all the time. There's always stuff being talked about. You can find us at discord.gg/4player. And of course, join us again next Thursday night. That's right. We're back on Thursday nights. It's back to normal. So join us next Thursday night for another episode. We'll be talking about Metro Exodus. Maybe other things, I'm sure. And, yeah, we'll see you guys later. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.